Hello. Welcome, welcome. I remembered to put my mic on today. Hi, Nikki. Hello. I'm glad you're all here. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Sunday is one of my favorite days to go live because I consider these lives kind of like a creative playtime for me, where I just use some things that I've wanted to use and you create along with me. I also let you guys kind of help me decide things along the way. So I have ideas in mind, but you guys can help me choose which I go with, what colors to do, and so on. I haven't done one on a Sunday in a bit because I don't remember. Things going on, I guess. Maybe I did one last Sunday. You know what? I can't remember a thing. I can't remember a thing. So I'm glad you're here. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so let's see. So today I am using some things from the last Altenew release, which was a few weeks ago. I really wanted to use a few of the things in here, but you guys might challenge me to use something a little different. I'm going to show you some of the options and some of the ideas that I have. So when I told Nicole over at Altenew that I was doing this live today, they offered a really great deal, which is wonderful because it's something that we will need to stock up on lots. And in fact, I'm down to my last pack. So I will be placing a big order later tonight. Don't buy it all. The offer that they're giving me today is 40% off their glue tape and refill set. Mike, can you put that up? This glue tape, it's a tape runner, has been on my favorites list, my crafty gift guide, for many, many years. The reason I like their glue tape is it comes with refills. They're easy to refill and it never gets stuck on me, which is a big plus. I will show you how it works here in a moment, but they're offering 40% off of it. So you use my code and all of this stuff is linked at the top of my YouTube description. I also have linked there on the top of my YouTube description under the word special offer. I have a link or information on this discount and also a link to the things they have on sale right now. There's some great things on sale that are worth checking out. Hi, Betsy. Aren't you in California? All right. Yay. Glad you're all here. So I'm going to first start by showing you that adhesive in case you haven't seen it. You'll see me use it throughout this live. Mike, can you come back over here? Here we go. Okay, so this is the glue tape. It's basically a tape runner, but let me show you what I do. I have a bunch of these, and I buy the refills all the time. The way I actually store mine is, let me show you, is I take all of these out and I keep these in a drawer, in a little container in my drawer. They have this little paper on here so they don't easily come unwound, but there's the refills and here is the tape runner. So I have a bunch of these and when I keep 3 of them, well, I shouldn't say 3. Let's see how many I've got in here. I have a lot of them because I use it so much. But you can see that this is one of my favorite of the tape runners. So I've got a bunch here. But let me see, this is the new one. So let me set that aside. I will say it comes with a little flappy wappy here that protects it, but I usually break mine off or I always leave it open. It looks like, what do I call it?
Flappy wappy?
Flappy wappy. Yeah, see this one's broken off. These are all folded over. So these are good. I mixed my good ones with my bad ones. I think this one's empty. So let me look at this one. So this one is run out. You know you've run out because you've kind of come to the end of the tape. And all you have to do is pull it open like that. Take the old one out. You can see it's totally used. Remove this little paper. Pop it in. Close it and you're ready to go. That's it. Yes, this is very much like that Kokuyo, which I always call the Kokioki because I don't know how to say it, tape that I used for many years. It's very similar to that, the closest that I found. And again, I don't find it gets stuck. So these I'm going to set aside Put those in my drawer. This one's done. I will say that, let's see, let me get a piece of dark cardstock out so you can see the color, or see what it looks like. So it puts down little dots of tape. See it? Which I like, because if you just leave it like this and put your cardstock together, it holds very well. However, if you put it somewhere you don't want it, you can easily rub it away with your finger and you can see it's completely gone with no marks. So I really like this tape of all the tapes. You know I'm a big liquid adhesive fan, but if you've watched any of my videos, when I use a tape runner, it is this one. It's considered, I think it's considered a permanent. I think it's considered a permanent. I'm looking at the packaging here. Clear, strong, permanent adhesive. Yeah. So, what?
Not as much as glue, or?
Not as much as glue.
Comparing to glue.
Well, liquid adhesive is going to be your strongest option if you've got a great strong liquid adhesive. But what I find is that when I want to glue things together, so say I put some glue tape on the back of this and stick it down onto my cardstock, it will end up drying and holding very well, right? But as you're working, you can peel it off and rub it away. So it kind of gives you that wiggle room time. Does that make sense? So you have a chance to move it and rub that adhesive away, but it will end up sticking nicely. I've never had anything fall apart with it.
Well, you buy this in bulk.
I don't buy this in bulk. Well, I mean, I buy the pack that's on sale. I buy a bunch of them at once.
Yes, that's what I mean.
Yes. So it's the one I use the most because I get frustrated when they get stuck. There are a few others out there that don't get stuck as much, but I like how much glue is in this one, how much tape is in it, and that you can rub it away. Some others that I also like are from Gina K and Simon Says Stamp. And then there is one called Mono Air from Tombow. Those are the ones that I use, but I will say I reach for this one the most because it comes with the refills. So many refills in it, you know what I mean? So I have the backups. Yeah, I haven't had any problems with this. I haven't any problems. So if anybody out there uses this, let me know what you think of it. I can't use an ATG gun because it's huge. And first of all, I don't need anything else on my desk that is giant, taking up room, and I can't aim with it very well. So for all of you out there who use an ATG gun, you're better than me. I can't do it.
Is it scrapbook safe?
Is it archival safe? I'm not sure. Mike, can you look at the website and see?
Yeah.
Yep, see, Martha says she always stocks up when it's on sale too. Yeah, I get tired with the ATG is big too. I've only used it once and I was like, well, this is not for me. But I get that some people love it. I find that is similar to Gina's. I think Gina's is a tiny bit wider. I don't know about a price comparison or how much is in it, that kind of thing. I haven't done that. I like them all, but I do like that it comes with the 3 refills, so you're good to go. You cannot buy one of these alone without the refills, and you can't buy additional refills without one of these. So what they sell is this with the 3 that I showed you at the beginning of the video. But I like having multiples because you know what I do? Like when this one will run out, I'll put it aside to refill later and I'll grab one that's I've already refilled. That's why you saw me grab a bunch from my drawer. So I just wanted to let you know that. I think it's fantastic. I just think I think it works great. Yeah, it likely is archival because it's from a reputable company. That's my guess.
I would think yes, but they don't say a lot in the description.
Yeah, Grammy Sue says she likes Gina's and Altenew's too. Yeah. Janice says she likes it too. Good, good. Yeah, here's the thing. There are lots of great glue adhesive options out there. And that's good because there's options for everyone. It just is important. All right. Okay. I am guessing that the reason they sell it with the 3 is for their ordering issues. It is really hard for companies to have lots of different options of products because they get the packaging and all that and have to order a certain amount. I would prefer to have it come with a tape and 3 refills than just having to buy individual refills. That just because I use so much of it. Okay. I will say that, well, I'll use it today and you'll see how I use it. Okay, so let me show you, Mike, can you check the code and make sure it's working? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is a personal choice. Listen, it's the same thing with inks. It's the same thing with, you know, a lot of different products. There are lots of options out there, so you can find something that works for you. Like some people love to color images. That's not my jam, so I like to use stencils instead. So I lean for the products where there's stamps with coordinating stencils, so I don't have to do the coloring. But some of you out there, that's your jam. So everybody is different.
Yep, it worked for me.
The code works for Mike, so make sure, just try again. Crafty Fran said it didn't work for her.
Also, if you click the link, it seemed to go right to the code for me.
If you click the link below, it should probably go directly to it with the, if you click the link to the adhesive that's under the special offers in the YouTube description, it should go straight there. I'm just trying to catch up on things here. Okay. I'll use the adhesive as we go. I just thought that was great, and I will be buying some later because
I posted in the chat the link, and it includes the code in the link, and I didn't have to add the code when I use that one.
There you go. See, Mike just put in the chat a link. If you click that, it automatically puts the code in for you, which will show up. If you add it to your cart, it'll show up in your cart.
Are we talking about something different?
No, I don't think so. Hold on. I'm just going to check too. I'm looking. Yeah, it goes right to it.
If it works on the ones you showed, it doesn't work on the bigger bundle.
Oh, there is a bigger bundle where you get multiples, like 6 in it or something. This is just for that one individual package. Yeah, it worked for me too.
Yeah, they may not have thought of that one. But
yeah, worked for me too.
But you can add more than one.
Yeah, you can buy as many as you want, and it's going to be that 40% off. Yeah, so. Hello from Israel. Nice. Okay, so let me show you some of the things I was looking at. Do the others rub off if... Okay, all of the adhesive, all of the tape runners I use, they can rub away. This will, and they dry to hold, but it's repositionable as you're crafting, but then it like settles and it sticks.
But whenever you put like a card front face on, you always use that.
Sometimes.
Pretty much always.
What dictates when I use adhesive versus glue, like using this instead of liquid glue? It just depends. A lot of times speed, sometimes like if I'm gluing something to vellum or acetate, I prefer not to use liquid adhesive because it takes longer to dry. I don't know. I use both. Just depends. Just depends. Okay, but I will craft and we'll be using it because I always use it. Okay, first, the product that I really thought I wanted to use today is the sunflowers. This is a keyhole layering system which allows you to create these flowers very easily because of that keyhole system that allows you to layer without thinking. And I really like the large size of these. So I'm a big fan of sunflowers, and I'm thinking about doing, instead of just using cardstock, which I usually do, I thought I would do like inky, watercolory looking ones. I did something like that in my live on Friday, but I didn't actually show the inky part because I wanted to do it ahead of time to dry, but I thought today I could do the inky part and just heat set it for you. So I'm thinking about using the sunflowers. I'm very heavily leading to this. what white cardstock do I use when I'm layering die cuts? I use pretty much the same white cardstock for everything. It is not economical. I don't recommend it, but I just do so much crafting that I can't try to keep track of different cardstocks. So I use Neenah Classic Crest Solar White 110 pound for most of my layering too. If you want a inexpensive cardstock for layering, it's not as thick, but it's the index weight of the Neenah Classic Crest it's the index weight of the Neenah White. Index is a little bit thinner. Hi, is that Nicole here from Altenew or Mitzi? Hello, it's Mitzi. Hi, Mitzi. I'm glad you're here. Okay, so, and I use scraps a lot for my layering too. Okay, so the other thing I really wanted to use is the Altenew Creative Labels. So there is the stamp set and there's the die set. And you can see there are these stamps that create labels that you can die cut, right? Then there are these big scripty words that I really love. I also like the circular sentiment here that says sending love and hugs repeatedly. It fits inside of that label and the stamped image. So I really like that. And we are so very, which has the nice curve to it, so you can put grateful inside of it. So there are a bunch of different little sentiments too. I've missed you so much. You mean the world to me. Thanks for being there. Hey you, just because you are loved. But you know me, I'm a sucker for a good sentiment set. And this was in a class event that they taught. So some of you might have these. And I have used these for a lot of my personal cards that I send out, but I haven't used it in videos because I think it was just released now. Hi, Christopher, you're gorgeous too. Yes. Okay, so I just love these big scripty doodads along with the dies that cut it out. The big hugs, I'm a big fan of that kind of sentiment because it works with a lot of different occasions, right? It works with somebody who needs an encouragement, or it works for a thank you, or for really anything. So I use hugs a lot. In fact, I sign most of my cards, Hugs, Jennifer. So I really like those. All right, so that is another set. This one, I'm not sure I'm gonna get to this one today, but I wanted to show it to you because I had an idea. This is called Timeless Sands. And it creates an hourglass. And you know, I talk a lot lately about, I'll talk about the index weight in a bit because I see questions coming in. You know, I've been trying to do more non-floral cards. Today I'm going to do floral with the sunflowers, but this is a great option. It allows you to create an hourglass. It even does this little textured sand that you can put inside. But what I thought would be really, really fun is to cut this sand piece for in the inside from just white cardstock, cover the front of it with adhesive, and then put like gold embossing powder on it, let it dry, and don't heat set it. So you would have that powder that looks like the powder inside of the hourglass. Does that make sense? So you would actually put embossing powder on this die that creates the powder piece. You put embossing powder on it, but don't heat set it. Does that make sense? Because then it looks like powder inside. Yeah, it's cool. I think it's cool. So this is one, and I mean, if you think about it, we have a lot, it says timeless, but in our different stamp sets from many different companies, there's a lot that are about time that I think would be really cool to go with. Like I did Spellbinders the other day, and the sentiment I used was "You're a timeless friend," and that would work with this. So there are, you know, lots of different sentiments that can go with this. You can go masculine, you can go feminine, but I just thought it was very classy. So what I would do, and I don't know that I'll have time to do it today, but I would cut the frame probably from gold to really make it stand out. Then I would do this from acetate. And then this you could cover with like powder, without heat setting. Here Arts does have a sand embossing powder. You could even die cut this from sandpaper if you have some sandpaper. So there's lots of things. Yeah, I have done a video in the past where I used, it was a long time ago, where I used embossing powder on like double-sided tape and didn't heat set it. It just gives texture. Now, somebody asked if the embossing powder would rub off. I would not put it on with Versamark. What I would do is cut this from white cardstock, put liquid adhesive, like spread liquid adhesive over it, put on the powder, let it dry. So it would be glued, the embossing powder would be glued on. Okay? And then I would put the clear glass on top, or the clear acetate on top, and then this over it. If I have time, I'll get to it, but I don't know. I've had a migraine all weekend with the weather change. I just took some Tylenol. I'm hoping it gets me through, but we'll see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, sand embossing powder would be great. Sandpaper would be great. But embossing powder would stay if you use glue to add it, not an embossing ink. Yeah, you could try to do a shaker. You know what you could do for a shaker. Oh, now see, I want to do this. You could do a shaker. What you would do is use this to cut from the center of white a piece of cardstock, right? And then glue this on top. So there'd be a window cut of this, and then this would just get glued on top, and you put your shaker bits behind the window. Okay, so that would work too. So there's a lot you could do with this. So I could do this instead of the sunflowers. I don't know, we'll see. I should be resting, but I need to work. I gotta work. I'm taking a few days off later this week, so I need to work. Get some stuff done. Yeah, I may do this. We'll see. Let's see how it goes. Maybe I'll do one of the sunflower and one of the timeless. We'll see. Colleen asked, how do I organize my Altenew inks? I put them in color family, light, medium, dark, extra dark, and I just have them like in a rainbow order from there. The collections are in rainbow order. Okay, this right here is called the Craft Your Life Project Kit, Frozen Moments. Okay, so this is Frozen Moments. All of this comes in the kit. I believe it all comes in the kit. Now I'm going to check it before I lie to you. I have no desire to lie to you today about what comes in this kit. Hold, please. All right. Make sure. Yes, all of this comes in the kit. Yep. Okay, so this is one of the big bundles, and one of the things that I really, really like about the Altenew Craft Your Life project kits is they've been, for the past many months, several months, they have been adding like a good variety in the one kit that can be used in different ways together, instead of like the whole kit being like the exact same floral image or something like that. All right, so here I have the Frozen Moments. First of all, the stamp set. It has these kind of funky florals in it, along with some great sentiments in it. Write your own story. Your story is still being written. Stay curious. Love you. Miss you. Hi. Thank you. Let me get this out so you can see the different card examples in here. So you can see some of the funky looks that you can do. I'll show you the frames in a moment. So you see frames there too, which I'm going to show you in a moment. So there's the stamp set. I don't think I'm going to use the stamp set, but I want to use the other things in it. There is a layering stencil set in here that I think is beautiful. It has these stencils that layer together to create this beautiful, well, actually there's two images. There's this one. You see that layering stencil there? That looks like, I don't know what you call those. A lily, is that Lily of the Valley? I don't know. So there's a stencil that creates this, but then there are stencils that create this bigger image, which I really like. And I've thought about doing that. I was thinking about doing this all over on the front of a card, like repeat it, and then putting a frame on it. Hi, Nicole. And but we might go to the timeless route. But I really like the layering stencils in here, and you can see some of the examples. Like you can see how the one creates this. So I was kind of thinking about doing something like this, or I was thinking about repeating that stenciling to cover the whole card front. Then put the frame on the center with vellum in the frame, so it kind of softens it, and then put a bold sentiment there in the center. So that's one of the other ideas. All right, now what I really, really like in this, what really caught my eye in this frozen moments is this. There are these dies and an embossing folder that allows you to create textured frames. So I'm going to show you how that works now, and then we'll start creating from there. Uh-oh. Where'd I put things? Mike, how'd I lose things already?
What are you looking for?
Oh, they're right here in front of my face.
There it is.
Yeah, these frames are great. Okay, so let me show you how how to do the frames, okay? So I used the dies that you see right here to cut from gold matte cardstock. This is Altenew matte, Altenew, I think they call it brushed gold cardstock, okay? And you can, one of the things I really like that Altenew's doing is they now have an acetate sheet in here with a black outline printing on it, and there's a piece of tape on it. And you can easily put your dies back in place and reuse this piece. You can see the tape stays nice. A lot of times companies tape it to the paper and then it tears it, and you can't reuse that. So I really like that they do this. Altenew and Spellbinders do something like this, and I love it. So I can keep them stuck to this. And I also, the black line shows me if something's missing. I did get a new Aura ring because I lost my other one. It was big and it slid off at some point, and I had a sad, but it happened. So I cut all of the frame dies from gold cardstock. I did that off screen. Yeah, it is a nice improvement. Okay, now I'm putting a piece of tape onto the back of my die cuts. So the adhesive, the sticky part of the tape is facing up towards the camera. Okay, so it's taped on the back. This is just temporary tape. It's easy tape. Now what I'll do is tape, I have my embossing folder here. I am going to line it up with the side where the frame is debossed. So this is the side. I like to put hearts. This is a new thing I do, so I don't have to figure it out every time. I like to put hearts right when I get a stencil. I put a heart on the side where the pattern is raised. Okay? So I have the pattern raised here. Now for this, I'm going to line it up with the other side where the pattern is embossed. Okay, so I'm going to line this up. I got a family ring here, and it has all of our birthstones. Just something different. Okay, so I have my gold cardstock, tape facing up, and I'm just going to line it up with the debossed side of the embossing folder. It's just easy to line up with that, and then I can tape it in there. Then I close that. Okay, so it's just lined up. Very easy to line up. And you can do all of them at once. Let's just go ahead and do them.
This is size frames.
What? The size of the frames, I'll show you. I don't know if it says it on the website. I'll have to look, but I'll show you what it looks like on a regular card base. They're really nice at the center of an A2 card. All right, so I'm lining up that one. I think I'm shedding. I think I'll just do these two first. So I got the big ones because I'm going to do the smaller ones next. Got the big ones in there. And I'm running this through my die cut machine. I'm using my Empress today. I found with Altenew 3D embossing folders, the sandwich that I like is one clear cutting plate, one metal shim, and one magnetic mat. If you want a deeper impression, you can put a cardstock shim in there too. Yeah, my finger sizes have changed. I lost some weight, and now, like my ring sizes have changed. I don't know. It just happens, you know? Okay. So now look at the detail we get on these. I will hold them up here. So this is an A2 panel. Okay, so you can see it fits nicely in the center. Look at that. Look at that. Come on now. Look at that detail. Here's the rectangle one. Look at that. Fits perfectly there. Yeah, I hope they do more like this too. It's fantastic. Now we have the little ones. Let's put those in. So I'm going to put it, line it up with the deboss side here. All right, it's easier to put the tape on the back before you put it in the folder, opposite of what I'm doing now. There's the sizes. Altenew, Mitzi just put in the chat the sizes of the frames, but what I just laid, for me, I think it's easier just to see it on a card panel. What I just held it on was an A2 card panel, 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. They're fun. I just think they're beautiful. And these come in that bundle with the stamp set and those gorgeous stencils. You know what? There is a card on the background. Let's see. Mitzi, you're here. Mitzi or Nicole, is it okay if I share some images from your product site that your design team made? I always ask before every live, even if I've asked in the past, I always ask again because I don't want to share something without permission. So if they let me share, I'll show you some things. If not, you can just go to their website. Yeah, I'm hoping they do some more frames like this because I think they're brilliant, but I will say I love everything in this bundle. And that's why I wanted to use more from it. All right, so let's line up this one. So these, dang it, these are smaller. Yeah, it's a great set. The detail is fun. Okay, now let's do this oval one. So there are these smaller ones that allow you to create like a kind of like a portrait wall on the front of your card. I'll show you the example in here. So look at this. So you could do a card like that. This is true A2 card size. And you could put different little stamped images or even little, you could use other stamps. You could put little critters, like I could see some little lawn fawn critters in there, which I think would be fun in those frames. Or you can do like leftover, like say you create an inked background and you cut off like a stenciled background, like a 6x6 stenciled background, and you cut off some of the side to make the card smaller. You can put those leftover pieces in here and just have a bunch framed. Or you can use some pattern papers in them. I think it'd be fun. It'd even be fun if each of these was a little shaker window. All right, so let me show you what those little ones look like. So you can see how that's just set on there with the stenciling coming out behind it. You could use real pictures. So let me show you what these look like. The little ones. Look how cute. I think 3 like this. I have my tape on them still. Let's see, I think it might be, this would be cool. Like that would be fun. And you could do like a stamped sentiment right there. But let me show you what these look like. Look at the dot detail on this guy here. Look at how pretty that is. Super, super detailed. And I think they're beautiful in gold. Now you can do them in regular cardstock, right? Here I have them in regular cardstock. Let me put, so you can see you get, let's look at the oval one. I like the oval one a lot. You can see you get the detail on the cardstock too. Come on, focus. I have some cardstock still stuck in there, but there you go. Yeah, the detail is beautiful. Yeah, the many things you can do. I also think it'd be fun to have like the frame kind of go off the edge. You know, you could have a big, you know, something in the background and then have like a focal image and sentiment here. You could even turn it on its side. Just a lot you can do with it. So what I was thinking, what I was planning on doing was 2 try to do 2 cards. I was going to do something kind of like this, but maybe add some shimmer to this, or do a whole background of the florals and create a frame with vellum in the center to kind of soften where the sentiment will go on top of. Yeah, gilding wax would be pretty too. And then I was also thinking about doing the sunflower and kind of incorporating it into a frame somehow. Those were my ideas. All right. Did Mitzi reply from Altenew, Mike?
Should be on the Altenew account.
Yeah. Shoot.
Is it this one?
She said yes.
Okay, KM.
No. I see Altenew above. It says yes. Okay. So let me send some images to Mike so you can see. These are. It's going to take a. Hang on. Oh shoot. It's going to take a minute for me to get these to Mike. So just hang on 1 second. There really is one here that made me consider doing the whole background. I got to figure out how to send this to Mike because my computer died a while ago, and oh man, okay. My computer died a while ago, and I'm working on a spare computer, and it just.
Hopefully that will be here next
Here,
week.
Mike, can you figure out how to send this to you?
Yeah.
It's the newest screenshot. Can you send it to yourself? Okay. Then this, I also think this would look really, the hourglass would look really cool inside of a frame. That would be cool. All right. So let's look here. So should I do
this?
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I'm going to use the frames for sure. Let's do the frames with the sunflower first. And just know you can do some amazing, beautiful images with those stencils in the set. There's a lot of examples over on a new MacBook Pro comes out this week, Mike. I ordered mine a while ago. It's like packed full of everything because I edit video on it. Every time one comes out, as soon as we order it for you. Okay. All right. So, do you have that image, Mike?
Yeah, I got it.
Can you show?
Yep.
Okay, this image is from Altenew's website. It's from one of their design team members. So notice how she repeated that floral stencil to cover the whole background. I love that. I think that's gorgeous. So that was the other idea. So, excuse me.
Yep, next week.
Okay, you can come back here. We'll talk about that later, Mike. Got my LaCroix. Okay, so I think I will do the frames with the sunflowers and then the frames with the timeless hourglass. I don't think they will sell these separately because everything that comes in a bundle, they keep in a bundle. So all of that stuff is in the Frozen Moments bundle. But there's lots of great stuff in there. All right, so let's do our sunflowers next. Yeah, I like sunflowers too, so I'm going to go with it. I'm going to go with sunflowers first, and then we'll figure it out from there. So I wanted to do Inky. Now, you could definitely do this with just cardstock, but I thought, let's do some inkiness instead. Let's do a bunch of the flowers. And I'll tell you, I was considering, this is an Altenew card I did a while ago in a live. In a live a while ago for Altenew. Sorry, I was reading some comments. I love, love, love the bright blue with the yellow. So I'm thinking about doing yellow sunflowers with a bright blue background. Maybe, maybe. We'll see. And then a gold frame somewhere. Trying to figure that out. Okay, so I die cut. There are two sunflowers that are created in here. One is forward facing and one is backward facing, which I think is really cool because you don't see that often. So I cut the floral layers for both the front and the backward facing multiple times from watercolor paper because I thought it would be fun to make these kind of inky looking. So these are the floral images. So let's see. These are keyhole. So you can see there are little shapes at the center, a little hole that's cut at the center, which I'll talk about more. But you have little holes at the center of these, have little arrows cut in the center. And these are triangles. So I know that the triangles layer with the triangles and the arrow lines up with the arrow. And I cut a bunch. This I cut from watercolor paper. There are great options for watercolor paper out there. These I cut from Distress watercolor paper from Tim Holtz because I bought a ton of it in bulk a while ago. I like that his is bright white and that it's double-sided. Like, well, one side is smooth and one side is textured. So there are my little floral layers. So let's do those first. And I'm going to do this on scrap cardstock here because I want to be able to move it out of the screen. Normally I would just do this on my desk. Yeah, bundles, the thing with bundles is that it's nice because you can get a good price point on the products inside because they discount them. And some people love bundles. I'm a bundle girl. I love bundles because I know that the products can work well together, but then you can also use them separately. Okay, so watercolor paper. And for this, what I'm going to do is not complicated. Mike left me. Okay, let's start with these. I'm going to try something. It may not work, folks, so bear with me. Bear with me. I'm going to do some mustard seed and rusty hinge from Tim Holtz. These are distress inks. The reason I'm using these is because they work really well with water, and I want to do like a watercolory look without the effort. But you can do this with any inks that react with water. The best way to find out if inks react with water is you just take your ink pad, whatever ink pad it is, put some on cardstock and mist it with water. And if you see the ink move, this isn't watercolor paper, so it's not moving much. But if you see that ink move, it'll work for this. But I'm using distress inks today. Simply because that's what I always reach for. You can do this, you could probably do this with the Altenew, but I've got this. So this is Rusty Hinge. And I'm not gonna I want this to be a little bit softer than like a super dark look. And the nice thing about this is you do not, you know what, I might do it different. I think I'm gonna do it different because I think I'm going to try, this is what I'm gonna try. I think I'm gonna try putting a little bit of Altenew Shimmer Relief Paste, the Enchanted Gold. Wondering if I can mix that with water some. Let's try it on my desk first. Let me try. This is an Altenew palette brush. I love their palette brush sets. In fact, I'm going to give some away later. Let me put a little bit of this down and add water to it. Kind of mix it up. I want to see if it mixes. Yeah, I get I get gold shimmer to the water. It's really pretty. I don't know if I can show you it. Let's see here. Here, I just painted some onto the paper, and can you see, look at that shimmer. It's crazy cool in real life. There, look at that. Okay, Shimmer Relief Paste is nice. It's different than other kind of pastes I've used because it's very shimmery. It's not glittery. It's not just metallic shine. It is shimmer. I mean, it's true shimmer. It comes in beautiful colors, and I'm making a huge mess. So hang on, let me try to clean some up. So what I'm thinking I'm gonna do is put some rusty hinge up here. We're going to try this on one. Some mustard seed down here. Then I'll take a little bit of Shimmer Relief Paste. This is the Enchanted Gold. Put it onto both. Then some water. Let's see what we do. I might have put too much of the paste down. We'll see. Oh, I wish you could see the shine. But I want to mix that really well here. Uh-oh, my orange is running into my yellow. So this is rusty hinge here. I'm just kind of... What? You talking to me?
Yeah.
What'd I do?
No, you said it mixed, so it's like your peanut butter got in my chocolate.
Yeah.
Chocolate got in my peanut butter.
Oh, I don't remember that. Okay, so there we go. We got a mix there.
Too young.
I am too young. Okay, this is the mustard seed here. So I'll have more of like an orange and more of like a yellow. Now I probably used too much shimmer because see, I got to break it down here. Yeah, I'm just playing. Sundays are my creative play time. So if you don't, you know, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Okay, so let me add some more water. And now I'm going to take my, and I'm going to get inky. I know some of you don't like that, but that is sad because I like to get inky. Okay, so I'm going to take some tweezers and we'll just do some inking here. Okay, so let's see. This is layer 2, or yeah, this is layer 2. So that would be the top layer. I'm going to end up coming back with some of that yellow. Just give me a second. Oh, that's going to be shimmery. I could have done like put some quick blending onto these die cuts, like with the brush first and then spritz and do this. I mean, there's a million ways I could have done this, but I thought this was a great way to try to use something different. Let's do it too. Oh yeah. Fast, fast, fast. All right. Can you come back, Mike?
Yeah. She had a comment about the MacBook and I'm trying to reply to it.
Oh.
I think we can cancel your order and reorder it.
It'll delay it. Okay, not right now. Am I part octopus? Why? Why am I part octopus?
I don't know. You got a lot of hands. You're all...
Look at that. Okay, so.
That does look like an octopus.
Oh, these look like octopus?
To me.
Maybe. All right, so I got some here. I'm just picking some of this up. I'm going to heat set that, and then I'm going to do another layer. Okay, because I just wanted to get some color down. So again, I could have, if you know, one way I could have saved time is done some, oh yeah, done some ink blending on the die cut first, which let me try that on one. I shouldn't have wiped all that up. I'll do what I do. So what I could do is do some blending on here. So like this one, let's try it on these. This is the backward sunflower, but I'll do it anyways. So I could do like some rusty hinge on this. Lots of rusty hinge. And then this is the second layer, so I'll just do some more towards the center. And again, you can use other inks for this, but I'm going with the Distress inks just because I know those work. Oh, this needs re-inking. Just because I know that they work really well for this technique. Here I'm just doing some direct to paper to get some color down. Yeah, I need to re-ink my mustard seed. So you can just do quick inking on it and then do that dip to make it watercolory. So we'll do that to this one here while those dry. So let's take these two. I did one darker than the other. I'm going to use less of the paste this time. So some wild honey, some mustard seed, take a little paste. Oh, see,
No, you're an octopus because you're getting inky.
Oh, I'm getting inky. That's the joke. Okay, I should be closing this, by the way. Okay. Yes, you can. What I did the other day on Friday is I did quick blending and then inking and on watercolor paper, and then I die cut it. But one of the reasons I really like to die cut first is the watercolor gets in the nooks and crannies of the embossing on it. These dies create like embossing lines or like little veins into the die cuts. So I kind of like that. Hi, Brienne. Did you disappear for a while? Okay.
Yeah, she was.
Mustard seed.
Friends came over, so she had.
Oh, well,
Jet.
Brienne, if you've got a life, go do it. Okay. So this is the second layer. So I'm going to dip it into some of that. Oh, see how it adds the shimmer, and it gets darker because I already blended on it. And we'll do this one on here. Another thing you can do, oh yeah. Another thing you can do is add this, like, you know, dab it on with a brush and paint with it. So you could make your own shimmer paint. All right, now I'm going to wipe this up, well, no, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to put some more on these. All right. This kind of, oh, I lost a petal. I should have, see, you know what I should have done is heat set these because they're wet and kind of weak because they're wet right now. Okay, let me heat set these a little bit. Sorry if it gets loud. I don't know if it will. Yeah, the shimmer is beautiful. I'll show it to you on the dried ones. Yeah, so sometimes I don't die cut first, but these dies, again, let me show you the dies. If you look closely, can you see the little embossed veins on it? So when you do that, the watercolor kind of goes into those embossed veins. Other things you could do here is just watercolor directly on it. I mean, there's a billion things that you can do. I'm going for the fast. So let me just heat set this a little bit. Oh, Brianne's going to create. Brianne is brave. Okay. Okay, so I dried those a little bit. Let me show you what we got so far. Do you see the shimmer on it? Oh. So any of those shimmer relief pastes you can mix with your inks and water. They have like a pearl if you don't want the gold tint to it, but I really wanted the gold tint. So I'm going to go do a double dip here to get some more on it. And then I think I'll also like pick up some of the darker. Maybe I'll come back and do more of that in a moment, but let's just do some more dipping here. Now notice this one right here. I inked these two first and then did the dipping, and those turned out even better. So what I would recommend doing is do quick ink blending on it, on the die cut, then dip, because that gives you more intense color. See how these colors are really light? Because I started with white watercolor paper. Oops, I lost see, I shouldn't do this. Yeah. So I think I'll do that. I'm going to start, I'm learning here. I'm going to save these, but I'm going to start over and do the method that I found works the best. Because that's how I roll. Hold on. Yeah, it is pretty. I won't let these go to waste, don't worry, but I want to get it just right for the card I make. Okay. So I'm going to set these aside, and I'm going to cut some more. Mike, are there any questions while I do this? This is more watercolor paper. Somebody asked how I got bulk of watercolor paper. I used to travel and teach classes, and Ranger let me buy it in bulk. That was years ago, and I still use it. Yeah, you could, oh, yes, by the way, yes, okay. Other things you could do is die cut and spray. You could use Distress mica sprays and do that. You can use the Simon Hurley sprays. You can do that. I just wanted to show you that with basic dye inks and water, you can get like a effortless watercolor look, and you can add shimmer with a shimmer paste. You can also put some perfect pearls in there, which would give, in the inky water, which would give you like a pearlized watercolor look. This gives you a very clear shimmer look. I mean, it's just different than other things that I've seen. I'm just popping these out. Hang on. Yes, you could do oxides, but keep in mind oxides dry a bit more like milky, muted kind of looking. So if you want really intense color like I'm doing, it's best to use distress inks. Oh, I lost a petal die cutting. Dang it. Which one was that? That was number 1. So let me recut number 1 here. Trying to hurry here, which I shouldn't do. Can you come back, Mike? All right. So I'm going to do the technique that I found worked best. You can try different pastes, absolutely. I will say the reason I chose this one is it's not just a, yes, ink smooshing. I'm going to do that right now. It's just different. It's not like a metallic, it's a shimmer. I don't know, it's hard to describe. I love it. Yeah, I'm gonna do a variety here. Yes, perfect pearls would work here, and that gives you that kind of pearlescent look. You know what, I'm having issues. I'm having issues. We all have issues. That one I didn't, it shifted a bit, so I'm gonna be a little more careful this time. Jennifer's having issues. So I'm going to try, how long will the shimmer paste last? I don't know. I've had this for several months. You saw that it's very smooth. I put a piece of press and seal over it and then put the lid on. But listen, it hasn't been out long enough for me to tell you how long it lasts. Maybe somebody from Altenew would know. There we go. I was more careful. Look at this. I've just found a little person, a torso in my die cutting stuff. Okay. So let's try something else here. I can't even find an acrylic block when I need it. I'll use a piece of acetate instead. I got a piece of acetate here. Okay. So what I liked was putting down, is there somebody here? Like, okay. What I liked was putting down some of the rusty hinge first. So this is layer number 1. So I'm going to make this one darker because it's going to go in the back. And notice I'm not blending. I'm just putting ink down. You could go direct to paper if you wanted to. Just put some ink down. Then layer number 2, I'll put some of this at the center, but most of it I'm going to do with mustard seed. So I'll put some down here.
Don't we all find torsos kind of laying around?
Yeah, right. I feel like Dexter. Nicole from Altenew says it's a 2-year shelf life. Well, there you go. Because they've been testing them longer than I have. So, but I haven't had trouble with drying out. I do get trouble with drying out in my area of different pastes, but I haven't had any with this. If I try a paste and it dries out, I don't share it. Because I just don't use it because I don't want to badmouth the product. Okay, but I haven't had any problems with this. And you see me use this a lot. So let's try something different. Hello. So, yeah, Altenew shimmer paste comes in so many different colors. It's unbelievable how many different colors they have. However, the ones I reach for the most, well, I mean, of course, like a silver, but I love this enchanted gold. I mean, look at how creamy it is. It's just beautiful. There's a lot in there too. Enchanted gold for gold. And then I do, I'm using probably too much. You probably don't need that much. I love the pearl. So if you wanted to not have the gold tint, but we want some shimmer, go with the pearl route. Okay. Water. And we're going to do something a little different this time. But I really like how pretty. Let me show you here. Look at this. So see the little crevices? I wish you could see, like the shimmer kind of rested in there so you can see them more. And you wouldn't see that darker line and extra shimmer in those little veins if you would have die cut after you inked. Somebody asked about that. You could do it that way, but then you wouldn't see that definition as much. Okay, so there I've got my rusty hinge. Every time I get too close there. This is the mustard seed. I've got a lot of paste in here. So note to self, if you try this, you don't need much paste. Unless you want the big gloobers of it, which I don't think you really need. Okay, so this time, where did my acetate go? Here it is. I just have a piece of acetate. I'm gonna do this. Pick some up, just lay it in there, and just kind of dab it on there. And this will give you more of like a splotchy look. So let me just put, and it puts it on heavier than if and you don't have to worry about the little thin petals. Can you see okay? I'm kind of off kilter here. But this is another way that you can add it. If you have an acrylic block, you could tap it like that. Or you can tap with your finger too. So I'm putting some of the darker rusty hinge at the center of this one. I'll do it at the other one too. Oh, it's so pretty. But see how it gets this watercolor look. Yeah, so save your little acetate pieces. So another thing you can do is, this is watercolor paper. I don't want this to go to waste, but I'm just making one sunflower. So I can do this and then give it a little spritz to move that around some and let this dry, and I'll have like a shimmery background that I can die cut something from. I don't know if you can see that. You see the shimmer up here, but it's there. Does what add more texture? It adds more look of texture to do it this way. If I came in, like I could come in with some brown and do some brown here at the center. Maybe I'll do that. I'm gonna come in, oh dear, I don't have my browns down here, because I don't use my brown distress inks often. Let's do some brown. They're up high and I don't want to dig them out. Let's use a little bit of Altenew. This is Altenew Espresso. Wipe a little spot here. Put a little brown there. Just to show you that Altenew inks work too. Put a little water here. Just going to mix what I have left over here. I think Brianne said to me the other day that she wants me to do more inky stuff. So here you go, Brianne. Oh. It gives you like this brown. Okay, I need more. More of that. Hold, please. It gives you like this dark brown, shimmery, watercolory stuff. Oh. This would be fun to flick, you know, or to do the spatter. Just need a little more water. To do the spatter with, you could do little flicks or spatter or splatter or whatever you want to call it. There we go. Okay, I'm going to walk away from these. I spent way too much time on those. Oh, you know what? I need more of the brown because that's how I'm going to do my centers. Okay, so let's do those now. I'm going to just make a spot here. I'm going to reuse some of that. I have my centers. So there are, just look, there are 2 centers. So I'm going to start out with brown, put a little brown on them, because if you start with that base of color, you'll get more intense. It makes the effort a lot less. So I'm just doing some espresso here, just to kind of start it. I should probably go with more of a milk chocolate, but so this just shows you can use really any dye inks that move with water. Let's put a little, make it a little more orangey brown by putting some rusty hinge on there too. Notice I did not put much effort into that. Now let's get that espresso. I'm going to put some more shimmer in it because, you know, I have a little bit there, but it's all starting to, it's spread out. But listen, you can make this definitely with a lot less time and effort if you weren't experimenting like I am, but you'll know how to do it after this. Can you scroll it, Mike? Okay, got my brown here. And these I want to be pretty dark, right? So I'm gonna kind of make this as intense as possible, and I'm gonna dab it on with my brush because I want the centers to be darker than my flowers. Can you see it down here? So it's just, oh gosh, you guys, I wish you could see the shimmer. I'm so excited. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Yes, this is a glass board that I'm working on. I'm a big fan of glass boards because they clean up really, really well. It's a magnetic work surface that is fantastic for see, I'm gonna putz. I need to not do that. It's a great work surface for any kind of crafting. I just find that it's very easy to clean up, and it's metallic, or it's magnetic. So I have strong magnets that they sell also that work wonderfully on it. Okay, so now I've got all this. Let me clean up my work surface. Ooh, clean this up. Okay, hold on. Get a dry cloth here. I don't like using paper towels if I can't. I lost one. Okay. This is the gray, the light gray version. I personally like it because I used to work on a white glass board, but most of what I start with is white cardstock, so the lack of contrast was tough for me. So I often use black, but that's pretty harsh, so this gray is my jam. I really like it. All right. Now I'm going to heat set these so that they're done. Oops. Oh, I forgot I got to do leaves too. I'm taking a long time today, aren't I? But it's fun to play. All right. Are there any questions I can answer while I do this? If you're interested in the magnetic glass board, I have a discount code below in my YouTube description.
Someone had asked if when you get a bundle, do you keep that bundle together or do you
Okay, somebody asked if I get a bundle like the one with the frames, do I keep it together or do I break it up? It really depends. Like for this one, I'll keep most of it together, but I'll probably take those frames in the embossing folder out so I remember and use them more. I'll probably put them in the front of my Altenew drawer so I can easily find them and use them often. Oh, look at this color. I wish you could see this shimmer. I don't know if it captures it as I dry it. Sorry, it's so noisy. Let me see. Come on. Come on, there we go. I can't capture it. It's so pretty though. So I'm probably not going to use those two that go backwards. I think I only have room for maybe one of the flowers. So I'm going to do the forward facing, I think. Okay, so let me show you how these work. Oh my gosh, so pretty. Okay, have I lost you guys yet? I have the like 36-inch wide board here, but what I say is get the biggest size glass board you can fit on your desk because it protects everything underneath it. It's fantastic. Okay, now I'm a stacker, so I have some that I made from white here. Let's see, let me get some glue out because I got to stack. It's just what I do. So this is just the just white, whatever. Somebody asked about different white cardstocks. Hammer Mill is another one that that isn't as expensive, that you can layer with, but I it's not as thick as the Nina Classic Crest Solar White 110 pound. It's more like the thickness of the 80 pound Nina Classic Crest Solar White. Remember, there are differences. It's not just the pound of the cardstock that matters. It's also the GSM. You need a high GSM and a high pound. The only way you can compare two cardstocks is if the GSM is the same. And then you can compare, then the weight makes a bigger difference. Okay, so look at this. Okay, just bear with me. Then I'm going to do, this is number, yeah, this is second layer. Any questions while I do this, Mike? Thankfully, I can go longer today because it's Sunday. Lila's out shopping with her dad because there is a product called Neatos. They're like squishy, like fidgety things that I'm sure if you have a preteen or kid or whatever, they're all the rage and they're hard to find because they sell out everywhere. And they'll have them at Target and sell out. They'll have them at Walmart and sell out. They'll have them at toy stores and sell out. And Lila loves them. She's a fidgeter like her mother. And so they're on a hunt today. My mom took her and her friend yesterday on a hunt, and they didn't find any. I'm not doing a good job lining these up, but hopefully you'll forgive me. Does anyone know the difference between the Mayan and the Enchanted Gold? If I could find my Mayan, I would tell you. Hopefully somebody from Altenew is here still. Nicole might have it in her stash there. I don't know if Mitzi will. But big cheers to, sorry, head's in the way, to Altenew folks for being here on a Saturday. Neatos, yeah, see Neatos. They're pretty cool. Lila just gave all her Neatos a bath yesterday because they like stick to everything. So, yeah, hold on. I'm just lining things up here. I think I flipped mine over. No, I didn't. Okay, so I'm just putting an extra die cut behind each because I like dimension. I am wearing pajama pants today. I am wearing, it really clashes with what my top. I am wearing red and black pajama pants. See? With my slippers that I got from my oldest Kay. Okay. Oh, and this needs to be black because it's going to show through the center. So because I'm lazy, I'm just going to take my black ink pad and put some up here. You'll see. Okay. Now, let's do our layering. Can the flowers air dry? You can absolutely, actually, I think it is best to, I think it's best to let them air dry because that thing can move on their own. I just don't have time for that in the live. Absolutely, best to let them air dry. Okay, so keyhole system. There is a key, that's a triangle shape there at the center. Triangle shape here at the center. This one has an engraved 1. This one has an engraved 2. So that means I put glue on the top of the 1, and I line up the keyhole on the 2, and I know I have it lined up just right so that it will give beautiful results, okay? It just makes it easy. See? Now, over this, there's a center circle that you line up. That's layer number 3. It's engraved 3. Press that down. It's not going to want to stick because it's not completely dry yet. But I'll put something heavy on it. Let me just... Then on top of that, because there's a hole there, right? We want to cover up the hole. I just put this one that's the same shape. It's going to want to keep moving on me. I'll put a magnet over in a moment. So this one is the same shape. It just lines up to cover up the hole. The reason I put black on there is this is going to go on top. Okay. So then glue on this one, and this goes on top, and you can see how the black shows through that hole. I want it dark there. Glitter paper would be pretty there. It doesn't want to stick because when your paper's wet, liquid glue does not want to stick. No glue wants to stick to wet paper. I should heat set it more, but I'm going to put something heavy on it while it dries. I'm going to hold it up first. So it will dry there, but it should look like, oh, come along now. My fingers are sticky. Can you see? Shimmer, isn't that pretty? I love it. I didn't get glue on here. Oh, I didn't. You're right. That's why it's not sticking. There's glue there now. Ay vey. What's going on here? You guys should run the show, not me. My excuse? I got 9 hours of sleep last night. I can't believe it. I've had a lot of stress, so I haven't been sleeping great. Well, no. Just not, like, it takes me forever to fall asleep. But last night, I got 9 hours of sleep. Okay, isn't that pretty? Now, hold on. We need our leaves. Yes, you can absolutely ink the edges. I'm not gonna, because I'm feeling a little lazy. So there are lots of leaves here. Let me show you. See, there's a stem. There's this that goes on the back of this flower. So it's a back-facing flower. I'll do whatever. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'll do a little bit of each. It won't take that long. Or so they say. All right, let me get some of these out. Mike, were there any questions? What are the questions? We'll do those.
You answered about heat setting, right?
Yes, you don't have to heat set. This is one of the things I like to do when I do this. Scrap paper, put a little bit of the tape, this tape. This is also the tape that I glue things onto my, or temporarily place things onto my Better Press. You've probably seen me use it for that. This is the tape that's 40% off right now. I'm putting a little bit on the back of each, so it's kind of like working on a grip mat, but I can get this all inky and wet, and I don't have to worry about cleaning it up. I just let it dry and save it for some more scrap paper. So put a little bit on the back here.
How do you fix a bent stencil?
How do you fix a bent stencil? I don't know. I think you can still use it. I don't know. I've never bent a stencil. I don't know. Has anybody out there ever bent a stencil that could answer that question? I'm going to go with some green here. Let's do Rusty Wilderness. And then I'm going to put it with Twisted Citron, which is bright, but that's okay. Okay, so let's do some quick inking. Yeah, maybe try bending it back the other way. That's a good idea. All right, let's see. I need green and green. Okay, we're gonna do fast inking. First is Twisted Citron, because it's bright. Why not? Just pop some bright in there. Oh, it's dry again, folks. Go figure. So I'm putting Twisted Citron. I still think Tim has the best named inks. I often wonder if his mood affects some of his inks. Like, Citron is twisted. Like, was Tim having a bad day? You know, there's some others, like Abandoned Coral. Poor Coral. Yeah, put some heavy books on it. Maybe run it through your die cut machine between plates to kind of squish it. I don't know. All right, so I'm just putting quick ink on here. You could go direct to paper again. So I put some Twisted Citron, which clearly needs to be re-inked. Now let's put some Rustic Wilderness. This one should be dark. Oh, yeah. I will say a lot of Tim Holtz ink, Distress inks, they need to be inked more often because we use them like heavily on techniques. You know, like when I press it on the table, I use a lot of ink. So let's see here. I'm putting just different amounts of the greens on here. They do not look good. I'm going to show you. Doesn't matter. Aren't they messy? Oops, I need some on this guy here. Put a little bit at the center. Okay, now let's do the same thing again. But this time, I don't know what I'm going to do. Let's figure that out. Yeah, some people love, yeah, I go bright. I don't know why. I don't know. My house isn't bright colors, which is odd. I don't know why I go bright, but I usually go bright on my cards. Like this one, see, I think when I make a card with bright, bold colors, it stands out to me. And I end up like liking it more. So that's why I tend to do brighter. I don't know. Okay. So I'm again doing the gold in here. So it has that same gold tint to it. Distress inks and oxides, I think they need to be re-inked more often. Mostly oxides. Not because, first of all, the ink pad is smaller. But also, see how I pressed it down. A lot of times we use distress inks generously on our projects. All right, so let's try this. Paintbrush. I think I put it away. Let's get another one out. This is one of the Altenew paintbrushes. These are nice. So let's see. I might not use all of that globber. All right, let's get some green here. And I think I'm just going to do a brush on here. Yeah. Just to show you another way to do it. So on the others, I did that piece of acetate. On others, I took it directly into the pile of inky goodness. Here, I'm going to get these all wet, a little bit wet. That'll help. Here, I'm just going to use a brush to add some of it. There's just different ways to do it. And I'm kind of pouncing it on because then it's not as even and it's quick. It's just water. Yep, this is just water. I have 2 of these spray bottles that I use when I craft, these Spellbinders spray bottles. Some of them, or one of them is labeled with rubbing alcohol. It has rubbing alcohol in it. And then this one is labeled with water on the top. I think you can see that. Oh, see, it's got a little water label, so I don't grab the wrong one. I just really like the mist that comes out from it. So that's why I use it. So see how the veins that are embossed with the dyes stand out more. Like, oop, my glue. You can, because the color kind of seeps into it. Finger painting works great too. I think I'm going to do some finger painting for the dark. I'm going to do some more dark. Put some more dark here. I still have the gloober right here of the shimmer. There we go. And then I can go and do this. I actually have a video that I did years ago with finger painting with distress inks. I know it freaks some people out. Christina Werner, if she were here right now, she would be panicking. She hates inky fingers. And I love it. Because then I can look back and say, look at the fun I had. It comes off. It's not like it's there forever. See? You can do more of the other. Okay. I'm going to stop. So I showed you a few different ways you can do this. You can do this with finger painting. You can do this with a brush. You can do this with a piece of acetate. You could do this with direct into the ink. They all give different results, but I think I'm going to just go with this. the reason I kind of like the finger painting is it puts like little spots of heavier shimmer than the others, than without. Let me move that out of the way and clean up some. All right. Yeah, I should. Hey, Mike, text Christina and tell her that if she is free, she should come watch me get inky fingers. I let some of the shimmer relief paste dry over here, so I'll just let it dry completely and scrape it off later with this little scraper doodad. Okay, so I do find that you can take the shimmer paste, mix some with water, and then use a brush to flick it on if you want like little splatters. Yeah, some people don't like getting messy. I get it. Everybody's different. Okay, so let me heat set these just so you can see what they'll look like. Again, for best results, I think it's best to leave it dry. Another way we could have done this is gone direct to paper onto these die cuts with lots of the 2 different color of inks. It could even look messy, it doesn't matter. Then add some of the shimmer relief paste and water mix without the ink pad. Or without any ink color. So just water mixed with the shimmer. Hopefully this is good enough. Let me show you. Can you see the... It's really pretty. So now those look really good with my shimmery sunflowers. My inky fingers just put labels on my ink pads. How does that happen? Hey, you know, inky fingers are good. All right, let's see. Mike, can you do a chat? Or not chat. What's that called? A poll asking inky fingers or non-inky fingers? Let us know what you think. Cardstock doesn't work as great because you want the you want it to be able to handle ink and move around with the water and stuff. I just find watercolor works better, watercolor paper, but you don't have to use, you can use whatever watercolor paper you have. Okay, so let's start putting this together. Now this one, you have the little arrows. So I'm gonna put some glue on here. And then I have the 3rd layer arrow. Remember, this is the backwards sunflower. I'll line up that little hole. Yeah, the leaves do look pretty. I do have a video. Gosh, I can't remember which brand. I don't know if Ninja is here or not. But I did a video a while ago where I did a bunch of die cuts. I think it was flowers. And then I sprayed it with distress mica spray stains and distress spritz, I think. That's super fast too. But look how pretty that is. So that's the sunflower from the back. That's in the set. And then this one, you could also do like the stem, right? Coming up to it with the petals. So you can create like that. And you can do this on a card panel and look at how it fills it up nicely. And then add your little leaves wherever you want. I want to use that sounded like Veruca Salt from, I want a golden egg now, Daddy. I want to use this. Because this. So here's some options. Did you do a poll?
Yes, I did.
What did people say?
People are saying yes.
Yes to inky fingers.
Yep.
Christina needs to see that. So one thought was to kind of have the sunflower coming through this frame. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? That's one idea. This guy's upside down. There we go. So like, I don't like that leaf as much. I want this leaf here. So some of it is like in front of the frame. What do y'all think? Should I use both or should I not? And here, listen, I'm not going to reinvent the wheel. I would arrange my leaves in a similar fashion here. Does that make sense? What do you think? That's kind of cool. And then I got to figure out a sentiment. But here, this might freak your freak, which I like to do. No. What if? What if I did it on the bold blue? Huh? What do you think? Let me know. All right, let's vote. Let's vote. Mike's got to do another vote. I'll show you the gold frame, the rectangle frame too. That could look cool too. Let's look at them. But first, should I do it on white or do it on the blue? I like both. Do I go bold with the blue? The reason I'm thinking the blue idea was from this one. So this is
blue.
What?
White or blue?
White or blue?
White or blue.
I can show you what the rectangle looks like. The rectangle frame's great too. I mean, they're both pretty.
There you go.
All right, so there's a poll. You can vote. And while you vote on the blue or the white, I'm going to look at sentiments. So it would be like this kind of thing. And then I really want to use one of these scripty doodads, but I don't want to hide stuff. So let's see. Okay, what are people voting?
People are voting blue by a lot.
Blue.
Yep.
We're going with blue. Okay. Let's get that ready. Now, I will tell you, there was a stencil from the new release that I wanted to use, but I didn't get it. So, Mike, can you go and I will text you. Hold on. Just one moment. There was a stencil in the new release that I was so excited about, but I didn't get it. It is, I'm going to text it to you, Mike. If you could get a screenshot of it and then share it. It's called the Paper Echoes Effect Background Stencil. I don't think I got it. I don't think I got it. I really don't. Maybe I did. I'm looking. Hold on. Give me a moment, because yeah, I don't think I got it. No, I don't have record of it. But the script, it's a script stencil, which Mike's going to show in a moment, which would be pretty to do in the background. All right, just for a little texture interest. But we're going to do something else for texture interest. The blue is really cool. I'm going to have you guys vote on the shape. I think I know which one I like, but I want to hear what you like. But I'm not sure about the sentiment. We're going to have to think about that. This blue. Let me tell you about the blues. If you haven't been here for one of my lives where I go crazy about these blues, now is the time. Altenew has the two coolest, like bold blues that kind of lean a little purple, not much. Ultramarine, which is what I have here. And then one that's slightly darker is azurite. I love these. I love, love, love these. What's sold out? The script? The blue is cool. So like, these are normal blues. Tide blue and starlight. You can see these are kind of more normal blues. These have that like bold purplish blue. The script stencil sold out. Okay. Well, good thing I didn't get it and use it, because that always makes people mad. I love, those are my favorite of all the Altenew colors. I've used them many, 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 many times.
Yeah. You want me to show it though?
Yeah, this is the script stencil that is apparently sold out. That's it. That would be beautiful with this, right? Especially with that gold, the Enchanted Gold Shimmer Relief Paste. I think on this background, it might be a little too much gold going on, but I love it. And it would have been neat tone on the blue. Okay. Now, folks, you got to tell Mike, we got another poll. I know. Do I do the oval or the rectangle frame? And then I got to think about I gotta think about a sentiment and what I want to do to the background. The blue is cool, isn't it? Oh, you got the stencil? I need the stencil, that's for sure. All right, let's think here. See, the sentiment, I don't want to cover anything. That's the problem. And white would be too bold. So what I would probably do is do the sentiment on the blue and gold heat emboss the sentiment. But we might, I think a die cut word, a small die cut word might be better on this card design. But we'll see. First, is it oval or rectangle, Mike? I know which one I like.
Well, I need to vote first.
Oh, Mike's going to vote first.
Ooh, oval, very close.
Oval, very close. Well, oval's what I would have picked, so we're going with that. All right, can you add to the supply list the Raised Sentiments 3D Embossing folder? Raised Sentiments 3D Embossing folder. I've used this one a million times in videos. You're not sure about the backward flower? I think it's beautiful. I think it's cool. You could do 2 of the forward flowers, by all means, but we'll see. Okay, so this is Ultramarine. This is from Altenew. This is the Raised Sentiments 3D Embossing folder. I gotta put my heart in here. I like to put my heart onto the side where the pattern is raised, so it's just good reference in the future. On the back of this, I'm gonna put a little bit of that tape runner that is on sale that I love so much. I'll place that in there. Close it up, and I'm gonna run it through, hold please. I want the top and bottom to be kind of centered up. I'm gonna run this through my die cut machine. I have a little I print little labels, and I have stuck to my die cut machine a label that says for Altenew 3D embossing folders, I do with my Empress a clear plate, a metal shim, and a magnetic mat. It's good to keep that. I think I want to do a little more, so I'm going to put a cardstock shim in there. I like to keep it so I don't have on the die cut machine, so I don't have to think about what sandwich to do. Yeah, it does feel Van Gogh, doesn't it? Okay, so see the pretty pattern? Isn't that fun? You could cut those out. I'm going to step this up because that's what I do. Gosh, I'm slow today. All right, not slow, I just keep doing too much. I'm going to get out the azurite ink. Good thing that Altenew Fresh Dye Inks, the inks lids screw on because I just dropped it. Gina's, you just follow the 3D embossing folder instructions for the Cut machine. Okay, so I'm leaving this in here. Remember I put a little bit of tape on the back of it to hold it in here? So now this is held in its spot. This is the azurite, which is the darker of those 2 purplish blues that I showed you before. I shouldn't say purplish. They're just really bold, cobalt kind of blues. So I'm going to tap the darker of the, this is ultramarine, this is azurite. It's not going to want to, it's going to be splotchy, that's okay. Close it up and run it through again. You can do this with whatever machine you have. I use my Empress a lot in videos because it's right here and fast. And see how the background gets darker? See? See? Because it's pushing that darker ink into the background. So let's do that again. I'm going to get a bigger piece of cardstock to use as a shim here, because it wasn't lined up perfectly. Okay, so let's do it again. That cardstock there is just a shim. It is pretty, isn't it? So you can do this with any. You could have done blue ink on white cardstock, but I wanted like just tone on tone blue in the background. Oh my gosh. Isn't that pretty? It needs a little more oomph down here. That's really the only spot because I didn't have my shim lined up before. There we go. So by putting that little bit of tape runner in there, it holds it in place and it doesn't shift. So let me take this out so I can carefully remove it. Now I got to clean up my mess. The way I clean up the inside of my embossing folders is just rubbing alcohol. I need a new cloth though. I threw mine to the side. If I did a better job, all of the blue would go, but I'm just doing it quickly. I will clean it up later. But you can take the ink out very easily with rubbing alcohol. I only use rubbing alcohol to clean the inside of my embossing folders, my stencils, and my glasswork surface, never stamps. Okay, so now look at this background. Isn't that cool? So this is the ultramarine cardstock, and by pressing that azurite in the background. Divine. Okay, they said oval, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, let me. Yep, oval.
Okay. Now I gotta think. Abby wants to eat. Abby likes dinner early. Abaco does, our dog Abaco. All right, this is a white frame that I did. I'm going to put it behind the gold so it has some strength to it. Which you don't have to do, but if you know me, you know I love to do it. Okay. All right, now I got to think about a sentiment. Because I really wanted to use one of those, but I think it might be too big. So I'm going to do this like coming out there, right? Oh, I love the oval. I would have voted for the oval too. And then this over here, and then some leaf action. I can look at the examples, but I want like some leaf doodads coming out, right? I'll pick the leaves in a moment, but I'm thinking a sentiment. And some of these leaves I'll probably tuck behind my frames. My white, I didn't line these up well. Uh-oh, now see, I'm causing problems. Okay, who watched The Traitors? Don't tell me who won. I'm only on the second episode. But Travis Kelce's mom on there, did not see that coming. This would be pretty with just the front, but I really like the backward one. Sorry. Okay, so I've got to think about a sentiment. What might be best is just like a gold die cut word with a dark blue shadow die cut on it. It's going to be kind of like that. But I really wanted to use one of those. Mama Donna, yes. Okay, so a sentiment strip may be just best because then it won't cover up as much. Or I could skip the sentiment. Maybe I skip the sentiment. All right. I'm going to ask you all. I love these, but I'm wondering, I could do like the hello here. Let me give you the options. I could do blue cardstock and gold heat emboss hello and die cut it and put it in here. So blue with gold heat embossing is one option. So I gold heat emboss this on blue cardstock, die cut it and put it in here. Or no sentiment.
Am I doing a poll?
Yes. Blue sentiment, gold heat embossed sentiment on blue, or skip the sentiment. I love Mark Ballas, and I'm excited to see him. I hope he doesn't get voted off. Don't tell me what happens. It's a great show. Okay, so yes, some people would prefer me not use that one. I just used the one. But I really like this. I like the backwards. I think that's cool. I think it adds to it. Here we go. So cool. So cool. Okay, I'm going to put my card base on while people vote. You can vote at in the poll at the top of the chat. So here's my tape runner. I go around the edges and one around the center. This is going to cover the whole front of the card, except my card base is a little short because when you use an embossing folder, sometimes it stretches your cardstock, so it's shorter. I'm going with no white trim, going bold. I could do vellum, yes. Another option is gold heat embossed sentiment on vellum. I like the backwards sunflower too. So what's the vote, Mike?
The vote is no.
What was the?
Should you add the gold heat embossed sentiment?
Good. But what's percentage?
74.
74% said skip the sentiment. I'm with you. I also like that there's like different sentiments in the background too. I'm doing both flowers because I think it's cool. I think it's fun. Why not? Okay, so let's see. I'm going to have this. I want this to stay kind of here. Magnetic work surface. Gosh, this is a long. I've been blabbing for 2 hours. I still want to do the timeless card. That one will be faster. Okay. Yeah, I like it. I'm not skipping the frame. I'm not skipping the frame and I'm not skipping the backwards flower because I like both of them. I'll put the sentiment on the inside for sure. Okay, so I'm going to have this kind of go like that. So I'm going to go ahead and put glue on top of my frame here. So this flower will be up here like that. Okay. Then I should go add another stem, but I'm not gonna. I'm too lazy. I'm gonna put some adhesive on my stem here and glue it to the back of the frame. Now I'm trying to glue onto slick surfaces, so it's gonna take some time to dry, but it will. So it's gonna be like roughly like that. Don't skip the frame of the second flower. I'm not. Yeah, Alan Cummings, obsessed with him. I think he's brilliant on it. Just clever and fun. Okay, so let's see. I think I do want some leaves kind of coming out from behind the frame too, so that it's like both. This is where Jennifer overthinks everything. Yeah, so like one coming out like that. See, it's behind the frame. So some is behind and some is coming from the front. I'm not even speaking correctly here. Yeah, I'm hoping Mark Ballas stays for a while. Don't tell me. Although he has been posting on social media, so I know he does stay for a while. They already have a winner, but I'm not caught up. I think I'm going to do it like maybe, yeah, no, that's there. And then like that. I think like that. The stem looks odd sticking out. Should I skip the stem? Yeah, trim the. I actually think I would like that better. I don't know. All right, poll.
Okay.
Mike loves me. Should I cut the stem off or leave it in? Cut stem or leave it? Mark Ballas is just really interesting. I think he is the best choreographer on Dancing with the Stars. He seems to be a really good human. Super talented. Years ago, I'm sorry, I'm off crafting while you vote. You can vote at the top if I should leave the stem or not. Years ago, Mark Ballas and Val both play the violin, and they did like a violin battle on Dancing with the Stars. That was so cool. So well done. All right, what do people say?
Yes.
What?
55% yes.
Yes, cut it off or keep it?
Should I cut the stem off? 56% yes, cut it off.
50%, 56% said to cut the stem off. Okay, I'm gonna, oh dear. Oh dear. You know what? I'm not gonna glue it down and I can cut it off afterwards if I want. Okay, so let's start doing this. Hold on. We're gonna start this. I'm gonna put glue around the back side of this. You know what? Zoink. This is a good time for the glue tape. Now I'm putting it over texture, so you see me going over it a few times because I'm trying to put it over texture. But this way I can lift it up really easy and then it'll dry secure. I don't have glue on the stem back here on the bottom of the card, so I can trim it off if I want. Okay, so there we go. Now, this guy's gonna go here on a couple foam pieces. Because I want this to be kind of like a wow card. So I'm going all in. There we go. This is I love Altenew foam tape. You've heard me talk about that many times in videos. I like it because it's available in different widths and different thicknesses. This is the half inch width and the thickest thickness. Does that make sense? So this is going to go right there. And I only put foam tape on the back center so that I can tuck leaves underneath it. I think this was fun to make. Okay, so let's see. That could go down there, but I also think, yeah, I think I like one coming out from behind. Maybe not. Let's see. Do this one right here. No, I don't think I'm going to go behind. I'm going to stay in front. So this guy will go here. Like that. Then I'm kind of following the picture, but also changing things up a little bit. I figure the people at Altenew are really good at designing this stuff, so why reinvent the wheel when they know what looks good? That. Yeah, yeah. And then I'm going to do one over here and down here. I'll get there. Okay, I like the big one up there. Which big leaf do I like the best? I think I like this one. One there. Okay. And then I could put two down here, but I'm going to go with one. I'll do this one here. Like that. Yeah. Look at that. So I could cut this off. I don't know. I don't know. You know what, another thing I could do is add a second stem down there. I think I'm going to leave the stem for now. I think I'm going to leave it there. Come on, isn't that pretty? Okay, so let me show you it up close. I am going to put the sentiment on the inside. I think sometimes 2 square with 4 flowers. I think sometimes no sentiment is fun. Okay, so look at the shimmer. Can you see? It's just crazy. And it's got that watercolory look. Because you can see some like watercolory look here. Because remember I went with my finger in the brown. So that's how you get that on there. If you wanted it to be smoother, you could definitely make it smoother. But I love that kind of, look at that. And the background, Okay. That was fun. That was fun. And listen, some people prefer things one way over another. I don't think there's any wrong way to do it. This is just what I went with. I love it. Okay. Oh, and I have this, so I can make another one with my leftover pieces. It'd be cool to like do this frame and cut it, you know, so cut all of the die cuts. Anyways, I'm going to stop because I want to do something quick with the Timeless. I'm going to try to make it shakery-ish. They do have a white pearl paste that would work with this, to give like a whitish shimmer instead of the gold. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty in real life. I wish you could see it. I wish you could all come over and see it. Okay. All right. Let me put this away. So that was the sunflowers. There's so many ways you could do that. Now, I would mass produce this. I know that's crazy. What I would do if I wanted to mass produce this is die cut a bunch of this stuff from watercolor paper, which I had already started doing. They're somewhere here. Okay. Then I would probably do just quick direct to paper with my inks onto those die cuts. Then you could do like a spray, like a mica mist or mica stain spray from Tim Holtz, or you can do what I did with, I'd probably just use my finger for all of it. I would make a bunch of them at once. I know that's crazy, but it'd be cool because I made a bunch, right? I didn't use them all. So you would have some leftovers. I still have these, but notice how the color on these is more intense. These I started with a bit of blended color on there, roughly blended. And these I just went direct to the white cardstock with the shimmery watercolor. I believe it's better to put that layer of ink down first. Oh my gosh, that's so much fun. See, I would make a bunch of those. If I had time, I would make a bunch of those. Timeless. This is the Timeless set. I don't even think I have this on my supply list. Can you add it to the supply list in the YouTube description, Mike? Timeless Sands. Like sands through the hourglass. Okay, let's try. We're going to use the gold frame. We're going to try this. I don't know that this is going to work, people. Oh, somebody just asked a question. Thank you, Leanna, for saying I'm not crazy. Okay, I just saw a question go by. Yeah, I would do different color flowers. I think it'd be really cool. Now, I really like this yellow and blue, but I think like pink flowers would be really fun too with like a dark purple background. My favorite blue, if you want bold blue like I just did, the Altenew Azurite and Ultramarine. They have cardstocks and inks. Okay. Yes, my mom watched Days of Our Lives when I was little. So I know do they still say that on it? Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to start putting this together here. You know what? This would be faster. There we go. There. See how much faster that is. Okay, so now there's my frame. Now what I'm wondering is trying to make like a shaker hourglass thing. This could be a big mistake. We'll see. I haven't tried this yet. I think I'm going to do white. I have no idea what sentiment I'm going to do. I don't know that I want to use Timeless. So what I'm going to do, see, I'm going to overthink this. I didn't do this ahead of time because I didn't think I was going to use it. But I'm wondering, Altenew, I know they have, they have a clock embossing folder. Hang on. Just a second. Give me a moment. Yeah, see, if you search on time on their website, there are a bunch of things that pop up that you could do. You could use. But I don't really want to take the time to look for it right now. Hold on. I'll be right back. What? Oh, look what I found. Dang it. I found the script stencil. It's sold out anyways. Look I did find the script stencil. It was stuck to something else. I love it. Would I mail that? Yeah, I would put that bad boy that I just made, because it has so much to it, I would put it in a bubble envelope. Okay, there is this stencil that I could use in the background. It is called Traces of Yesterday. So I could use that on the background. Then I think maybe I'll do that bold. I'll do a bold color in the background. I don't know what yet. And do white here, but I don't know about a sentiment. Timeless is great. I don't want to go digging through all my sentiments to find something though. Yes, you could use Hero Art sand embossing powder in there. Yeah, I pay more for you know, if it's a special card, I don't mind paying extra for postage. Hold on, I'm looking at some of my other Altenew things. I mean, there are a million things you could use here, but I could put this took forever to make. In this Handmade for Love, there's this took forever to make. That'd be funny on it. Let me see. Hold on. I might just leave a spot and add a sentiment later. I think I might do that because I don't want to take all the time here. But there are, I'm sure I could find something in my stash. I think You Are on My Mind would even be great on this. What are people saying in the chat? I'm sure people have ideas. Ah, great things take time. I like that. I like that. So I'm probably going to put that right across. It's this little sentiment strip. It's from the Peony and Lilac Swag. Mike, can you add that to the supply list? I think I'll do that as this little sentiment strip right across it. Okay. Miss You would be great too. So whatever I do, I might do that. But whatever I do, it's going to go, it'd be a sentiment strip right across it. So I don't really have to save a spot for it. All right, Jennifer's got to think. Let me think. Okay. I'm going to find my frames. I'm doing the rectangle frame. All right, here we go. Yeah, normally I put my, got this all messed up. I put my cards in a rigid mailer. But that one I would put in an envelope in a bubble mailer. It's just too special, I think. I don't know. And listen, I didn't make it special. Special products make it special. Okay, so I cut from white cardstock here because I want that to go in the center. And my hourglass looks like it was made for it. Fit there perfect. So my hourglass, I think I'm going to, I don't know yet what color I'm going to do. But the idea is, no idea what the idea is. All right, I'm just going to put a little tape on this to temporarily tape it in here. You could put, you could add wings to your hourglass and say time flies. That would work too. I bet they have that kind of sentiment. Okay, I'm thinking I just taped that temporarily there. And then this looks like it's the same in each direction. So that will go right in the center of those. So I'm going to take the hourglass, put it right at the center here, and tape it. Listen all, this may not work. Okay. Is Mom coming?
Yeah.
Is she here?
No.
Can you tell her to stop and get me some wine? I deserve wine after this. It's Sunday afternoon. Sunday almost, it is 5.
Probably watching.
Hey Mom, if you're watching. Tim Holtz does have 3D wings. That'd be cool. I like that idea, Pam. Okay, so here we go. I have no idea, guys. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I could skip a sentiment on this too. Add whatever I need later. I got a little residue there from my tape, so I just use an eraser to remove it. Okay. I should keep a stash of wine, but I don't. I don't. All right. I had wine. When was that live? Was that Friday? Oh. I had wine in one of my lives this week. It was Friday, though. Okay. Where'd I put it? Here it is. Need a piece of acetate on the back of that. Let me get a piece of acetate. I'm sure I've got some scraps here. Let me look. Ah, yes, here we go. Here's a scrap of acetate, because it doesn't need to be that big. All right, flipping this over. Here, like here's a good example of where I use the glue tape, because liquid adhesive onto this acetate would just take too long. I'm putting it on the back, trim off the excess. Nobody's gonna see it. Oops. So there's acetate on the back of that window. Okay. Oh, Mike has beer here. He doesn't need beer. Don't worry. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to cut a piece of cardstock. Let me think about what color should be in there. I'm thinking about going bold in the background, not necessarily blue. I think I'm going to put white behind it. I think I'm going to put white behind it. White behind the hourglass. That's up for debate, but I think I'll put white in there. A light gray would be good too. Let's see here. I'm going to go with a light gray. This is Altenew Morning Frost. Let's see how that looks in there. No, not using it. I'm going white behind it. I want my white cardstock to be a bit bigger than this one, so I'm just going to do this. I will just hold it behind it and put little tick marks where I want to mark it, and then cut it. Ah, Long Fawn Speckle would be pretty. That would be. I don't know that I have any left. Okay, so there we go. That's the back of our shaker. So I'm going to make a little shaker guy here. Let's use foam tape. I'm making myself think, which I don't know is the best option. All right. I put foam tape around this. Let's start up here. By the way, if you take the release paper, this is the thicker of the narrow foam tape at Altenew. If you take the release paper off, it's easy to kind of curve it around the edge. I'm going to kind of curve around the edge, but then I'm going to stop right here at the middle, put a little cut there. Then I'll go back. I want to make sure I seal this bad boy off though. I don't want any escapees. Then I'll go this way. What are people saying? Is anybody like freaking out or have questions or anything? Oh, look at that. No, too long. I was going to say I cut it just right. Okay. Shrink. There we go. So look at that. I sealed all the way around. No escapees. Then I'm going to go around the edge too, so it's nice and strong. I probably should have used thinner tape. I use the thicker of the foam tapes. They have a thinner. I think this is 1/8 of an inch, and the thinner is 1/16 of an inch, but this is what I did. So there we go. Okay, now as for what I put in the inside, what if I used, you could use glitter, you could use rock candy. What if I used gold glitter embossing powder on the inside as my sand?
Real sand.
I could just use gold glitter. I could use real sand, but I think this would be pretty in there. Listen, this could go poorly. Yeah, there's a lot of great non-stick scissors out there. Altenew has some. Spellbinders has some. I like the big Spellbinders ones. There's a lot of great options. Okay, I've got a little spoony woony. I don't know where I got this. Maybe Simon Says stamp. So I'm going to try to keep this off. Seed beads would be great. Gold glitter would be great. It's wanting to go onto my foam tape because of static. I should have done some anti-static first. All right, this here, listen. I'm trying it so that if it fails, you know what to do. I put some in there. Now, I think I'm going to put more. Oh, I should have done, let me tell you now, so you don't make the same mistake. I should have done anti-static powder on the acetate first, but I didn't. Okay, so I got some in there. Doobie-doo, close it up. This is where I pray that it works, so I don't have to do it again. Yeah, I should have done anti-static in there, but it does work. Yeah, I should have done anti-static. Yeah, because the powder is too thin. See, it wants to stick on the wall of it, but it works well. So I'm going to do it again. Sorry, guys. It won't take that long. What size? It won't take long, I promise. What size glassboard do I recommend? I recommend the biggest one you can fit on your desk. I think that's the best bet. Now I got to find glitter. I don't even know that I have glitter anymore. Do I have glitter, Mike? I know I have fine glitter. I don't know that I want super fine, though. But I want it to be gold. Oh, man, this is going to be a problem. Do I have gold glitter? I really want glitter instead of gems or anything. Oh, here's some glitter. Ah, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is old. I don't know what it is, but I think I might do the chunky gold glitter. Doesn't look like sand, but I'm doing it. I think it'll be fine. Gina K glitter. I don't know that I got any. I had some and I used a lot of it. I don't know that I have any more. Her glitter would be great in this. I could tint rock candy. You can add color to Tim Holtz rock candy, but I want gold to go with the frame. For some reason, it's stuck in my mind, and I'm not letting it go. I don't need that metal shim. Okay. All right. So I'm doing it again. I don't know stone chops. I don't know if there is a no waste dye in the Secret Garden this year. I haven't looked. I have not looked. I've looked, but honestly, I don't remember. Okay, I'm going to do this again quick. Sorry. Joink, joink. Adhesive on the back of my window. Put some acetate on there. This can be any acetate. Recycled acetate would be even fine. Now I got to do the foam tape around it. Remove the release paper. All right. Don't stick to my table. Stop sticking to my table. There we go. And I'm going to do this little hourglass thingy-majiggy again. I didn't do the anti-static, but I'm not going to bother. You could use, for anti-static, I'm using chunky glitter, so I'm not super worried, but if you want to do anti-static, you could do a dryer sheet, or you could do anti-static powder tool, but I'm lazy. I probably shouldn't be because I'm redoing this, but whatever. Shrink, 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 shrink. Okay. Are there questions while I do this, Mike? I know I should have done anti-static. Here you'll learn from me if I need it. How about that?
Embossing powder is finer than glitter.
Yeah, embossing powder is finer than most glitters. That's why, oh, that was cut perfect. That's why ooh, this is chunkier. This is more like typical old glitter. As
you know what size foam tape you're using?
This is the 1/4 inch foam tape that is 1/8 of an inch thick. So it's the narrowest foam tape that's the thickest.
1/4 inch by 1/8 inch thick. Someone asked about the one.
I think that's enough. I'll trim this down after. Oh, shoot. This is just how I always do things. There you go. I should have used anti-static powder. But it gives you an idea. So there you go. When you make it, use anti-static powder. I'm not redoing it right now. But you get the idea, right? So when you do it, use anti-static powder. Oh, look at that. That's cool. But here now, I need that to be on dimension. I'll put foam tape on it. Okay. So, foam tape. Do you avoid the blurriness after you... How do you avoid the blurriness? You just do it thin. It'd be fine. But honestly, if you use a dryer sheet, which I didn't want to go up and get upstairs, that would have really worked well. I'm kind of running out of steam, or I'd do it again. Yeah, I like the chunky glitter in it better too. Anyways, it looks better. I think it's fun with glitter in there instead of something else. I don't know. But hey, listen, you can put... Other option here, if you don't want it to move, is you could have done die cut sandpaper using the die set. There's a die in there that makes it look like this. Makes it look like the sand that's in the inside. Somebody just asked about shakers, so that's what I'm doing. And I'm on the struggle bus. I think I might be hungry because I'm a little shaky. Could you add the foam tape being used to the page? Yeah.
I did add it.
Mike added the foam tape to my list. Now, if you go to, at the top of my YouTube description, there is a link that has the word live in it. If you go to that page, you might have to refresh it. At the bottom of that page will be the thumbnails of everything I'm using. So if Mike adds something, you got to go look there. It's at the bottom of the thumbnail list. So this is just going to give it the dimension so it goes right around it. Okay. All right. I think I'll do brown for the hourglass. I think to kind of make it look wood, like wood. I think I'll just do brown. I think. I'll look in a minute. But this will give me a little frame for that piece. Oh, come along now. I stuck it to my table. I shouldn't have done that. But you will see. I mean, I'll be able to fix that. Okay, but this will go onto my card base. See, that tape is sticking out. I'll replace that once my card front is ready. I'm not sure what I want to do on my card front or my card base panel, whatever. I don't know if I want to do that bold. Let's look at the blue again. Can you come back, Mike? I could do Galactic Stream, which is like a dark, dark teal. Yeah, my static is bad. But it's not, I mean, I'll still use the card. But yes, do anti-static in there of some sort. I could do Berrylicious, which is a nice muted pinkish color. I like that color. Cosmic Berry is cool too. It's like a plum. You like that dark teal? Let's look at some other colors. Oh, here, these are cool. I see berry. That's kind of cool. So is grapevine is good too. I want something different. Let's look at the hunter green. Somebody said hunter green. Forest fern, that'd be pretty. I like that. It's like a hunter green, but a little blue tone to it. Cosmic Berry, Berrylicious, Cosmic Berry. Let's see. Velvet's fun too. I'm a looking. Cosmic Berry, that's kind of cool. Let's do Cosmic Berry because it's different. One of the things I like about Altenew cardstocks is some of the colors are just really different than what I have in my from other companies, but I got to find it now. Hold on. Velvet, where's my Cosmic? Do I have any Cosmic Berry left? Surely I do. Oh no. You guys. Where is it? Hold on. No, I put it with, here it is. I found it. Oh. Yeah, that's fun. A plum. Why not? I will finish the hourglass. I want to put it on my card base first. So I'm going to go 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I think I'll use that clock embossing folder in the background. I will go back and find a sentiment and put it on there. And when I share the card photos, you'll see, yeah, I'm really not liking the gold glitter in there. Anyway. So I'll probably finish it off screen and take a photo of it and share. I'm going to start putting photos up again. I did some the other day from one of my lives. So this is the Traces of Yesterday 3D embossing folder. Run this through. Okay. Oh, that's cool. See that? That's neat. But you can't see most of it. I cover up a lot of it. I cover up a lot of the clocks. Can you tell there's clocks in the background? You know what? I wonder if I could do it sideways. Yeah, my clocks will be sideways, but who's going to notice that? Besides all of you. This might just show it more. Let's look. Sideway clocks, that's fine. So there's sideways clocks, but now look at, see how you see more of the clocks? No, I can see them embossed numbers. That would drive me crazy. So I think I'm going to go with this. I still like it. I think you can see the clocks enough. Maybe, yeah, and I'm going to drag some ink over it, I think. I might regret that. Hold, please. Jennifer wants to overthink. Is that Mom upstairs? Mike? Okay. Let me try what we did before. Yeah, you could do shimmer relief paste. Like, watch, I can do this. But I don't want it to be like, you can do that over the raised areas, but I don't want it to be too distracting with all the gold we have going on. So I'm going to try what I did before. I don't know that it's going to work with this particular embossing folder, but we're going to try it. Where is Cosmic Berry? I don't see it. There it is, Cosmic Berry, but this might be a little I might want to go a little more. Let's try it. I think this needs to be re-inked, but let's try it. Okay. See, I don't know that it's going to reach the background with this particular design because of the 3D nature of it. But let's see. If it doesn't work, I don't have to use it. What's going on out there? Great. Lots of great ideas in the comments. Oh yeah. See how it makes it stand out a bit more? I like that. I'm going to do it again. Black ink, yep, you could do a lot. I want this to be subtle. I want the focus of this card, because we're putting this gold on there. I want the focus of this card to be on the center, not the background. But there, look at that. Look at that. That's cool. Yeah, the ink does make a big difference, see? There, that's what I want. I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with this. Somebody asked, did Gran bring wine?
I don't know.
I will clean this later. I got lots of things to clean up later. Cards to finish. I got to finish Friday's cards. I will add the hourglass. Just a moment. Let me finish this first. I'm out of top folding note cards, which makes me so sad. Let's see. I don't think I'm going to do a white frame. I embossed too much at Tour. My dogs know that my mother will give them treats and belly rubs, so they get loud when she gets here, and it drives me batty. Okay, there we go. Isn't that cool? Trim off the bottom. It is well after 5 here. Okay. Oh, my side's a little. Okay, look at that. That's really cool. This embossing filler would go really well with a lot of Tim's products. I'm going to do something here, though. Before we go, I think my hourglass, I'm going to do from like a brown. Again, like a wood color. I think I might do mocha. Let me do mocha. Yeah. Why do you tend to use top folding note cards? Good question, Mocha. I'm using Mocha cardstock while I'm answering Mocha's question. If there's a lot going on the front of the card, I like to use top folding because it'll stand up better. I also think top folding stands up better in general. A side fold card will flop over a lot, like with a good breeze or just knock it like accidentally, it will fall right over. I think it's different than store-bought, but listen, you can do whatever you want. I do both now. I'm doing more side fold than before, but I feel like top fold with this, with the weight on the front, I think it would just look better. And whenever I put cards back here behind me that are side fold, they fall over all the time. But my top fold ones that I receive don't. Yeah, I could do wood grain onto this. I might, oh yeah, see? Okay, hang on. We're gonna do some things here. I'm not done. I'm gonna show you what that looks like first. I don't think I want gold though. Okay. I'm gonna get a sand colored cardstock here. This is actually called Altenew Sand Dunes. I'm just going to show you what it looks like as it's supposed to be. Mike, can you text Lila and tell her that I'm live, and I'll send her some pictures later. She wants pictures of my grandson, but I don't have them. Let me just show you something here. Just a second. Oh, I'm trying to think. Thinking's hard. think it's very hard. I'll just show you what this would look like. Your top fold fall over? How? Oh, top fold cards will slide down if you're using not a super heavyweight cardstock. You got to use a super heavyweight cardstock. So just so you, I think this would be cool. Watch this. This is what if you did it die cut, oops. Where's my picture of it? Oh, there it is. So if you did it like die cut, look at this. Look how cool this would look. Just the hourglass right there on that background. Isn't that cool? The frame on this one, you could, or the outside of this, you could do gold, and that would be really pretty. But in this, it doesn't cover the background. I'm covering up, but that's what it would look like basically if you did just die cut. So now, let me try something. Hold on. Take a little espresso. I don't think I'm gonna like that. No, I did way too dark ink. You could drag an ink pad for texture on that, but that's way too dark of an ink. I think I'm just gonna skip any kind of texture on it. Or inking. I just want it to be straight up. Going with straight up. Right. Mike, why are you feeding Foxy pretzels?
She loved them.
She loves them? Well, she's a dog. I can do a little ink blending on it. I'll do a little bit, but I don't want to do what I was doing. So this is going to go on top. Oh, that's going to be fun. Yeah. If I redo this, I would take out the gold glitter, and I'd probably use rock candy in there with an anti-static powder tool, and maybe color the rock candy with a little gold alcohol ink, just so it has a little bit of gold, but not as gold as this. This is super gold. I shouldn't have done that. But live and learn. So you guys will all know what to do. Let me take a little bit of espresso here, just a little bit on the edges. There we go. Yes, I could have inked there's a lot of ways I could have done this. But again, this is my creative playtime. I'm not really thinking so much, and I've already had you guys here for 2.5 hours, so I don't want to go too long. Yes, lots of things you could do. You could ink the die before you do this, and then some of that ink would get into the crevices. But in real life, you can see those little embossed lines. There we go. Look at that. So fun. So fun. And then I would glue that there. I'll go with that sentiment that I found. I might change it later. This is the Peony and Lilac Swag. I've used this one before because I love the sentiments. The Sending Hugs is one that I use a lot. All right, let me just get... Oh, by the way, the little sand die cut does do texture on it that looks kind of like sand. See the dotted texture? Yeah, isn't that cool? I'm glad you like it. Well, you know, I may change this again because this is what I do. When I need to cut a sentiment strip, I just line up. Why am I doing this? I shouldn't do it this way. I have sentiment strip. I'm just going to do it this way. This is, if you don't have sentiment strip dies, this is what you can do. Sorry, my head's in the way, but I line up the sentiment up on the edge of my cardstock. Like that. I'm going to stamp that. Gold heat emboss would be really lovely here, because then it wouldn't be too distracting. But you know what? I can't find my gold embossing powder. I can only find my gold glitter embossing powder. Yeah, I don't know what I did with my gold embossing powder. This is what happens. I never put things away. Hold on. Oop, I found some. Perfect. Let's do gold. I'm going to do Altenew Antique Gold Embossing Powder. Anti-static, because I learned my lesson earlier. Stamp with clear embossing ink.
Is there a Hero Arts sand embossing powder?
Yes, Hero Arts has a sand embossing powder. I don't know that I have it anymore. I'm sure I do, but listen, I will never find it right now. Yeah, that color's cool. That's Cosmic Berry cardstock with Cosmic Berry ink on it.
I'm not sure if it's in stock anymore. I don't know.
They had it for a while. I don't know if they still do. Okay, this is gold embossing powder. I normally do this over a container or a hot dog holder.
Yeah.
Now, when I like to do heat embossing, I like to heat my gun up and heat it from the backside. It gives smoother results to your heat embossed image. And it'll take a little bit longer to heat emboss this way, but it gives better results. And it'll take a lot longer if you're like me and have very heavyweight cardstock. Gold heat embossed on that Cosmic Berry would have been pretty too. Oh, the frame looks nice offset on the background. Let me look. It does. Actually, you're right. You could have it like offset in different ways. It's pretty cool. It'd be cool kind of hanging off the edge even. I like that. Because then you can see the clocks. Oh, or you could cut the edge off. That's kind of neat too. What heat tools are good? I like this Wow one. I used to love the Hero Arts Wagner one, but they discontinued the one I used. I think there's a new one, but I've been using this Wow one for a bit now. It works great. It's got 2 settings on it, which is nice. There. See, I like that because it doesn't distract. It's there, but it's not distracting. So that's just going to get glued right across it. Let me put zoink. Put an added scrap behind it so it's got some dimension. Zoink. So this would go right there. But I really do want to redo my shaker because that's really bothering me that it's static. There we go. See? Now let me hold it up because I'm not going to glue this together because I do plan to redo my shaker. I would probably, I don't know. First of all, I would probably overthink it for a while. I did do layers behind the sentiment. There's 2 thin strips behind it. I'd probably do it set up high like that. Now, when I redo this, I wouldn't use as thick a foam. I would use the thinner foam. There was no reason to do that thicker. I got hair all over my face. I don't know. Instead of the gold glitter, I could do rock candy, which would be a little more subtle. I don't know. Let me go ahead and put this guy down. Just so it's there. Right across the center. I do like that. That is cool. So there we go. I don't know. I'm not sure the glitter is going to ever fall down completely. Because I have so much static. Let me see. You could do little gold gems in there or little sequins, but I think something finer is better. Let me see if I have even chunkier gold. Little gold stars would be fun in there. That'd be kind of fun. I don't think I have any. Oh, no, that's too chunky. I think that's too chunky. Oh, little dots like this would be fun. Gold seed beads would be fun. I wonder if these are from Cat Scrappiness. These are called pearl glass dots, so they're not beads. That would be fun in there. Even this white might be fun in there.
What are those called again?
They're from Cat Scrappiness called pearl glass beads. I wonder if I have them in gold, because that would be really fun in gold. I don't see them. Here's some gold glitter. No, those aren't gold glitter. Yeah, I'd have to go digging. I'd have to go a-digging. These are silver, but they would have been fun. Little silver stars would be fun. Little gold stars would be fun. I don't know that I have any seed beads in my stash anymore. But I'm looking. Just give me a minute. Mike, are there any questions while I dig through my stuff?
Added those to the list, and they're actually on sale.
Oh, those are on sale? What colors do they come in?
Pearl.
Are there any more? What are they called? Pearl what?
Glass shaker.
Oh, I found some stuff here. Oh. I'm coming back. Hold on. I could put googly eyes in there. I think little beads would be great. I only see little yellow, like colored beads. I don't want colored. Oh, do they have gold? Gold would be fun. But I don't think I have them. I'm almost... Oh, I found some. These are too big, though. These are old. I don't remember where I got these from. Let me show you some of the options I have. They come in gold. Can you do a screenshot and share it? So let me show you some of the options. Okay. Micro beads would be great. I don't know that I have any anymore. I don't know what these are. They're gold, but I think they're too big. I'm looking for little things to put in my shaker. Here's seed beads. They have little holes in them. That would work. I don't want to do yellow. These are tiny little gold stars. That might be fun. Little gold stars in there. Yeah, micro beads would be ideal, but I don't think I have any anymore. So I could do the pearl dots in there, but she said Mike said these come in gold over at Cat Scrappiness. He's trying to get the image, and I think that would be ideal. Yeah, I could do actual sand. I don't have any sand. Actually, I do have sand. That's funny. I have sand. Because Colin, I shouldn't say this because I don't think you're allowed to do this. We went to St. John once. Well, many times. It's our favorite place. And he brought me some sand. And Mike, or did you do this, Mike?
It was his idea.
It was his idea.
I
do have sand. These are crystals that Gina gave me. This I got in St. John. But Mike 3D printed a treasure chest, and there's actually sand in there.
It was his idea. He got the sand and everything else together. Here's the gold.
See, that's what I would put in there. Yeah, I could color the pearl ones. That's what I would put in there. Cat Scrappiness. Are they all on sale?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, listen, you could all...
She's got a sale, too, for some other stuff. So.
She's got... Yeah, Cat always has good sales. All right, I'm going to think here. I know. It's scary when I do that. I'm going to do it with the real sand. You don't have to stick around for this. I know you all have lives. I don't. But see how I keep little, these are shells I got when I was with Heidi once. And these little crystals, I took some of the crystals out. I put little treasures in there in my craft room. Okay, so let me cut this. I'm gonna, this time instead of on the center, I'm learning every time I do this, I'm gonna cut a piece of white cardstock that's bigger than the center. Let me see, what's the center? 2 1/8 by 2 7/8. So we'll do 3 1/8 by 2 3/8. Okay, so I cut a white rectangle that will go nicely behind our, don't look, I'm going to tear it apart, and this always freaks people out. I shouldn't have done this. I should have just cut new frames, because now I tore this one apart, but that's okay. All right, so I have my gold frame here. I'm going to do this over. I'm getting this right. I'm glad you're here. I'm okay. I don't have a headache. I'm just really hungry now. Ken got some chicken tortilla soup for lunch, but it was way too spicy for me. Stop sticking to me. Okay, so this is a little bit bigger. Yeah, okay. So let's do this again. This time will be really fast. Rock candy would be beautiful in here. I'm going to go with the sand. Just let me do this real quick. Let me die cut this. I would do, if I did rock candy, I would probably do, I don't know if I need to deal with, do you think sand will be staticky? I would do the chunky rock candy if I were to do the rock candies. But those color beautifully. I should do that in a video someday. Let me get this tape off. I shouldn't use my fingers because my fingers are inky, but that's okay. All right, so there's that. I'm going to do sand. Do you think sand is staticky? I know. I'll test my acetate and sand. So let's see. The cardstock here. I don't even know where I put my scooper duper. Here it is. It's covered with glitter. Let's get that off first. Okay. So I can test this. I'll put some sand on here. Not very staticky, so I don't need to worry too much. Not very staticky. But I'll use a little anti-static in there anyways. I will wipe my acetate. I will.
Hold the bag.
Sorry, that was bad. I will wipe off the acetate. Oh, that was bad. Didn't even mean to be. Okay, let's put that away this time. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of anti-static on there. Not too much, because I don't want, let me wipe that clean again. I don't want to see any of it. Okay. Okay. Foam tape. This time I'm going with the thinner. So this time that was way too much dimension. I didn't need it. I don't think I need it. We'll see. Maybe I'll regret it again. Yeah, that was awesome. Okay. This is the 1/4 inch tape once again, but it's the thinner. It's only a 1/16 inch thick. So I'm going to go around again. Oh, because I use the anti-static now, the tape doesn't want to stick to the edges. So I just rubbed it with my finger there. If you're going to use sand or anything super tiny, be sure to make sure you seal off those edges. Make sure all your foam tape hits each other, or there will be an escape hatch for your sand. How many people have ditched? Triple ply for my acetate. That's funny. Have most people ditched?
Nope.
I'm thinking I probably would have ditched if I had to watch me. Okay. I'm like all thumbs now. All thumbs. That's folded over it. Good enough. Good enough-ish. She's still going. Yes, she's still going. Ridiculous, I know. But it's okay. There are other things you all could be doing. I'm glad you're here. Because I'm all thumbs here, but I think you get the idea. And by watching me on the struggle bus, hopefully it'll make it easier if you decide to do it. Okay, I'm just going to put some tape along these edges too. I don't know why. I don't really need to, but I'm here. Thanks for being here. All right, here we go. My mom actually made a pot roast and brought it over. That pot roast that Christina was talking about on the live once. Okay, so sand. Let's try it. This sand, I believe it was from St. John or from Virgin Gorda. Oh, I see the static going already. I probably should use more static, anti-static. I really should have used a dryer sheet, but I'm not doing it again. This is what you get. Okay, spread that around a little bit. Okay. I'm not going to throw a fit. You get what you get and you don't throw a fit. Close that off. Oh, it's not too bad. Yay! We have success. Hold on, I've got a fingerprint gooby. Perfectionist. Okay. Look at there. There is sand in my hourglass. There's a little static in there, but it really does just fall down. See? A little tap. Yay! Okay. Now we can finish it. So this just goes on here because I made that white piece bigger this time. So I can just put a little liquid adhesive around the outside edge. I like this also because I use thinner foam tape so it doesn't stick out as much on the front of the card. So there goes on there. Gosh, talk about... I didn't really think through any of this or try it because I didn't think I was going to use it, but you all liked it, so here I am. Look at that! Now, where did I did my hourglass before. I tore it off. Here it is. Can I resurrect this? Probably not because I used liquid glue. No, it's tearing a bit, but no one will ever know. See, I should have used the tape runner. Okay, it's good enough. Liquid glue, liquid glue. Okay. This goes around it. Got it. Yeah, there's a little static, but that's okay. Hopefully it'll go away. So there we go. Oh, I'm so excited. So excited. Here we go. Here we go. Look at that. Jennifer's finally, I'm putting this away before I get sand everywhere. I have a little shelf in my craft room with that and other little crystals that Gina has sent me. And some shells, a little cross, and a ring Mike gave me when I graduated from high school. Isn't that pretty? I need to wear it. Oh, hold on. Okay, so there we go. So I could do it off kilter and cut off the side. I think I just want it right in the center. I really think I just want it right in the top center. You can see some of the clock down here. Could do it like bottom corner. Could do it off to the side. Could do tilted. People want me to put a spinner on this? Why do I? Oh, so it moved? No, I'm not doing a spinner. You are welcome to do that. Okay, I think I just want it right in the center. It feels like a classic kind of traditional card design. I don't know. So I feel like just classic spot Try to get the top and the left and the right pretty even. And you can see some of that texture in the bottom. So see how the embossing folder did this like cool texture in the bottom? Look at that. There's my sand. I probably put too much sand in it, but I'm going with it. Yeah, upper center. So there we go. So you can see the clock over here. We did it. We did it.
Yes, we did.
We did it. Mike, you worked so hard on that. We did it. Somebody said I need to stamp and sue. I should have finished it later when I was more relaxed. But you know what? Sometimes you just power through, especially when there's people watching. Look at that. I'm so excited. Whoever at the beginning suggested I do that. I'm getting a matching envelope. Hang on. Whoever suggested I do this, do the hourglass, I'm glad that you did.
You see the super chat?
No, there's a super chat?
There's $20 for wine from Carol Weinman.
Carol Weinman sent me $20 for wine?
Yep.
Oh, Carol. I love it. I wish my name was Weinman. That's a good name to have. Thank you.
Of course, I pronounce everything wrong. So.
Yeah, well, okay. So I would do a white envelope with that because the white pops out. And this is like a gold shimmer envelope. And this is an A6 envelope. I get these from Cards and Pockets so that it just has more room because there's so much going on the front of this. All right, can you scroll it? We're going to, I want to do one more thing. Mike, do you hate me?
Nope. What are you doing?
Will you hate me? I want to do that stencil from before. Just one stencil. Okay, I'm going to stencil this, and while I'm stenciling this, Mike is going to pick a winner.
Okay.
And the winner, I just want to do this real quick, but I think I want to do it on bold blue. That bold blue, because I'm really digging this blue and gold thing. Okay, so I'm going to do this. Sorry, not sorry, kind of sorry, little sorry. I have a winner, or I have a giveaway. The giveaway is for, let me get it. I set something over here. Here it is, this. Oops, not that, take that. Dig it. Okay, hold on, I'm coming back.
Okay.
Not you. Hold on, I'm coming. Okay, so the giveaway is for this. This is the purple shimmer relief paste. It's called Amethyst. It's really shimmery. It's so pretty. It's not glittery, it's shimmery. And the palette knife set from Altenew. So to be eligible to win, you just need to leave a comment in the chat. If you've left one, you're eligible. Mike will pick one in a few minutes. But in the meantime, I'm going in. I get it if you all want to skip out, but I'm going in. I want to kind of do that. Where's my magnet? Running out of room. The Share Handmade Kindness block. That's a paperweight. You can get it at Bossy Jossie. I love the name. Her name is Jossie, and that's her website. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to try this. So in here, there's a stencil. I know that's for this one here. Those 3 layers create that, but I'm going to do this bigger one, which the other stencils go for. I want to figure out, I want it kind of centered like that. And Jennifer has not looked at these. So Jennifer's not sure. Wait. Oh, wait. There's 3 different bundles in here. Okay. So there's a stencil that does this. There's a stencil that does this. And there's stencils that do this. So there's actually 3 different flower clusters in that, what was it called? Something Moments. The Frozen Moments set. So there's 3 different ones. 3 different clusters. I want to do this cluster. So it is stencil number 2 and 3. So this one's bigger. The other one would be bigger, but I like that. Maybe I should do something different than the example. I really like the style of these flowers. But, so I can do something different than this example. I'm going to use the other cluster of flowers that's bigger. And I want it to be right about there. So the frame would be up here, and I would do a sentiment in there. Maybe even lower, so I can gold heat emboss the sentiment up there. Oh, here goes Jennifer, just overdoing things. Here she goes. I want to do green ink, so I'm first putting down some white pigment ink. It's Jennifer's nuts. Does Mom want us to eat? At some point. I'm doing it. I'm doing it quick. Okay, so I'm doing that ultramarine. So I'm doing some white pigment ink over the leaf stencils. Let me see. I'm kind of doing this backwards. I started with stencil number 6. I think I'm making a big mistake here trying to do this, but I'm going in. So I'm doing some white here. Yeah, I should have started with the flowers because there's a guide on here. Yeah, Jennifer's doing this wrong. I could make a mark, but I think I'm just going to start over. Yep, let me start over. I'm going to start with the flowers first. So let's see. I need stencils 4, what did I say, 4, 5, and 6? So 4, 5, 6, that's these. Okay. Okay, so let me just think this out. This one has etching, so it gives me like the overall size. I want it kind of towards the bottom. So I'll do it like that. So there's the blue, the flowers I'm going to do. I'm going to do just some white at the center. Is this part of it? I know. I think it's part of it. Okay. I'm just doing some white on these. The reason I'm putting white down first is that way I can put another color on top of it and it'll stand out more. So I'll remove that. Let me just heat set that a little bit close. I could do top center. I've got something in mind. Oh, I'm sorry you had a bad week, Linda. Mine started out bad. Turned around a little bit. Now let me clean this off. I may be being too ambitious and not be able to finish this, but I really want to. Okay, so let's put that stencil back on. And now I'm going to put some blue ink over it, but I'm going to do like a different color blue. I could do yellow, but I'm going to do like a more of a aqua-y blue. I'm thinking turquoise. Come in with some turquoise at the center of those bad boys. So I'll just put some, yeah. See how it just pops? Now I don't want to get white ink accidentally on my ink pad, so I'm going to put ink here and then bring it to the, there we go. See how that adds some, like a tint of a different shade of blue? I want this to just kind of be subtle. There. See how it gives it a blue tint? It's like a different color blue. It's hard to see, but we're going to go with it. I maybe should have done those just dark blue. Hang on, we'll do something else. We'll change things up. I'm going to put it back on. Let me heat set that a little bit. Yeah, the aqua's fun. What do I think of the Altenew white ink compared to others? It's actually pretty, it's good because it's pretty juicy. It's pretty opaque. I like it a lot. Now I think what I'm going to do here line that back up. See, this is called Explore with Jennifer. Let Jennifer make the mistakes instead of you. I think I'm going to come in with that darker azurite, really darker. Put it on the tips. The paper weight, the weight of the Altenew paper, is that what you're talking about? I think it's all like 80, 90 pound, if I think I remember correctly. It'll say on the website. So I'm doing some of the dark blue on the tips. Hoping it shows up. My tummy's growling. Can you hear that? All right. There we go. I want to put some more turquoise at the center. Jamming with Jennifer. Yeah, let Jennifer make the mess instead of you. Maybe just tap some turquoise at the center. Because if you tap it, more ink will stay behind on that white. Because there's like a white pigment ink base under it. So it'll leave more of that turquoisey. Let me show you. Oh yeah, that's cool looking. Look at that. I want something kind of subtly standing out on there. You could even do darker navy, but we'll see. Okay, so that's the first layer. Then this lines up, which is going to be hard to see because blue on blue, but I think that's good enough. Well, here I'm going to go to gold. Gold for the centers. If I can find my gold. Oh, dang it. Here it is. Okay, this is Lisa Horton gold. It's just one that I reach for often. I have a brush just for it. I'm going to kind of tap that on. I don't want too much. I just want it to be a little, because I'm going subtle here. Now, if you wanted to do your flowers to be more intense, or all this to be more intense, I would do a few layers of the white pigment ink first, so that you'd be going on top of more white than blue. The shimmer would be great. That shimmer relief paste would have been great. See, you all have the ideas. You don't need me here. All right. Heat that up. I don't want to smear that. Okay, now this stencil, see, it's going to be hard because I don't have my, I can't look through. I should have marked things, but I'm going to try my best here. Hold on. So it's like this. Okay. Oh, this is okay. I can kind of cover. There we go. Let me just move around. I'm just trying to line it up good enough. That's good enough. We're going in. Okay. I need another magnet. The gold is cool. Okay, so this will be leaves. So I need to come in with some white again. I'm in such a hurry that I'm not even getting my ink stand out. That's not good. So now this time I'm kind of dabbing the white, which will leave a little more of the white in there. Now I would probably do even more white dabbed over it and then heat set it and do another layer, but I don't have time for that. So I'm just doing one layer of the white here. I don't talk to myself when I craft, unless I get frustrated. Do I talk to myself when I craft, Mike? I don't think I do. No, I don't. I'm just talking to you guys. But I get why people do. Because what do they say? Like, you want to talk to an expert? You got to talk to yourself. Something like that. Okay, so I did some white there. Oh, that's cool. But I'm going to change it up. Hang on. Clean this off. Oh, Tammy, and thank you, Tracy and Tammy. Thank you so much. You're so kind. Okay. Now I'm going to go back in on that same white. Oh, I need to heat set it. Talk to yourself all the time. I get it. I probably will go back to those first flowers and add a darker blue around the edge. You want wine pot roast and sleek? Now I get, yeah, hey, I recommend. All right, it was this one. So let's put this back on. I could always skip some of the layers of the stencils too. Let's do some green. I just got my Firefly ink back because I lost it. Let's do some Firefly. And then I'll come in with some dark Hunter. Okay. Oh, it's not open. Dang it. I had lost my Firefly, and so I had to get a new one. And he's home. It's a great green color. Let me show you what it looks like. Is this the reactive gold ink? It's her gold. It's a great green. It's her gold metallic ink pad. It comes in a set of 3 with, it comes with silver and like a bronze or something. So I'm kind of dabbing some green on here because my white pigment ink isn't completely dry. So I'm just kind of putting it on top of that white. Get some more. The reason I'm putting it on my table instead of going direct to the ink pad is I know my white isn't dry. And I don't want to get white on this and take it to my ink pad. I will show you how I can get the white off my brush though. But if you wanted this to be more intense green, do multiple layers of the white, drying in between. Okay. So see how they're, oh, look at that. Look at that. But I'm not done. There we go. I want to come in with that darker green on the edges, like I did on the other. Didn't I say I was going to do this quick, Mike? Mm-hmm. Mike loves me. I'm going to do some little bit of... Oh, it comes with copper. I am not on screen. I'm so sorry. I'm going to do like a little bit darker on the edges, you know, like we did before with the blue, but this time with the Hunter green. I like that dark edge look. I might skip the rest of the leaf stencils just to... So I didn't do white all the way to the tips of my leaves because I wanted that dark green to hit the blue some. Too much up there. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's pretty. Now I'm going to make my blue flowers a little more intense. Now listen, there are 2 more layers to these leaves. I think what I'll do one of them. There's another stencil that does some of the in-between leaves. I'm just going to skip it. I don't have time. So instead, I'm going to go to the last one, which let's see how it lines up. Lines up like that. And on this one, I'm just going to do some dark green over like the veiny layers, you know. But these in-between spots, I'm just not going to do. I don't have time for those right now. Let's see. Actually, I'll go just direct paper on those. So it won't really look green, but it'll look darker. Oh, I was supposed to show you how I clean the brushes. I don't clean brushes, but like I got a little bit of, oh yeah, look at that. I got a little bit of pigment ink on some of my brushes. The live is still going, somebody said. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sorry. I'm almost done. I don't clean my brushes. I'm not a brush cleaner. I don't think it's necessary, but if I know maybe I got a little pigment ink on this, this is the only thing I do. I do a quick spritz of rubbing alcohol to the tip. I don't saturate it, and I just rub it off onto a dry cloth, and it's fine. I don't want to mess with the glue that's inside of the brushes. Now I do have one thing I want to go back and do. I want my flowers to stand out more. They're not standing out enough. So I'm going to come in, line that up quickly, and I'm going to come in with something even darker than azurite. I think there's darker. Oh yeah, I'm going to come in with Arctic Mountain, which is like a dark, dark navy, and put that on the edges so that my flowers stand out even more. If I wanted that turquoise color to stand out even more, I should have done more white ink down first, dried it, and then add the turquoise on top. Oh, I don't want to go off the edge. What are people saying, Mike? Have I lost them yet?
Nope.
I'm not doing a great job inking these edges, but you'll get the idea. Okay, there, see how it stands out more? Oh, that's pretty. Yeah, you could use any white pigment ink. I do like the Altenew because it is pretty. You saw how opaque I can get that. It's actually almost, I feel like my green leaves are a little too opaque, too bright. So I'm just kind of wiping some of the places where I had a lot of white pigment ink off. Because again, I didn't dry it well because I was in a hurry. But it's cool how that glows. Isn't that neat? I could go back and do a little more white at the center of my blue flower so it stands up more, but I'm not going to because I don't have time. Now what I would do here, I'm not going to finish it on screen because I need to eat, is I would probably, like this gold frame here, right? Like the gold detailed frame, that oval. I would do oval probably. No, maybe I would do my magnet. Maybe I would do the rectangle, maybe set up like that. And then I would do my sentiment right there. I wonder if I don't think the ones that I really wanted to use today are on there. I don't think they'll fit. I don't think, I can't even find the stamps. Oh, here it is. I think these would be too big. Oh, this would be cool. This would be neat. I'll show you. I would do the frame in gold, and then I would gold heat emboss big hugs right there. That's what I would do. And this is the Creative Labels stamp set. That's what I would do. I would hate to cut off all those flowers. Well, I'm not cutting them off. I'm putting a frame on top, a gold frame on top of it. So it would just kind of stand out there. I don't have one. So the back would stay continuous. Does that make sense? And gold heat emboss right there. I'll finish it off and share it later. But so the blue background I will not chop. I would just put this on top. I probably will go back and add more white to the center of the flowers just to make the flowers pop more like the leaves. But you get it, right? You get what I was doing there. Look how pretty that is. Looks like it glows. I love that blue. All right. Mike, did you pick a winner back?
Yes, I did.
Okay, Mike picked a winner. Yeah, that'd be cool. Who's the winner, Mike?
The winner is now.
He forgot already. Can't forget.
Jennifer McKinnon.
Jennifer McKinnon. If you go to my website, Jennifer, and under features, it says contact me. You can send me your information and we'll get the prize out to you. It is this right here. A purple shimmer relief paste called Amethyst and the palette knives. So there are the 3 cards from today. This one's ish, not done. But I would do this exact gold frame, just glued right on top of that background, top center, and the big Hugs Gold Heat Emboss there. I'll finish it off and I'll share the photos. There you go. Oh yes, Jennifer, you. McKinnon?
Yep.
Something with numbers at the end?
Oh, they all have numbers.
Yes, okay, yep. Good, yes, it was you. All right, that's it for today. Okay, that was 3 hours and 21 minutes, Mike.
tried to pin it, but my cursor gets lost on the other screen sometimes.
Okay. All right, that's it. Time to go eat. I don't think I have wine, so I'll have some more sparkling water. Thank you all for being here. I am not sure. I don't think I'm going live this coming week. I think I will go live again next Sunday. I am going to visit some crafty friends on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and Monday and Tuesday are just too jam-packed, doctor's appointments and things. So I will, hi Rosie, I will let you know when I do go live. There are two ways to find out. One is to sign up for my texts, which you can do over my website. If you look at the top of my website, it says like sign up for the newsletter. If you go to that and scroll down, the text sign up is there. We need to put text sign up more clearly on the website. And then the other way is if you join my Facebook group, it's called Share Handmade Kindness. I always announce things there too. All right. All right. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for spending this much time with me, and happy Sunday. Take care. He's not ready.